Did you say Gajin or Rajiin?
Rajiin.
Okay. I can't find his YouTube.
Rajin.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't have like a big following.
That's fine.
Oh, what's the debate?
Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
So,
Pro-choice.
what's up, guys?
Okay, can you give your best argument for the pro-choice position, please?
I agree in someone not bringing a life into this world that they don't want and not having to raise it.
Okay, so in the method of doing that would be killing them, right?
And also using the stem cells for further research to heal other debilitarian
So the method of preventing the life from coming into the world would be killing that life, correct?
Yes. And it would also be preventing the death of other people.
So you do agree that an abortion is killing a human life, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you support killing innocent human lives?
Innocent pre-actual being able to live in this world life, yes.
Well, they already are alive at the moment of conception.
But they can't live in this world.
They're already in this world
outside of the uterus.
Hey, they live outside of the uterus. When does that occur?
The minute they can, and we can scientifically, medically, wait, medically sustain them outside of the uterus,
okay,
I think it's wrong.
Which is when?
I don't know. I haven't looked it up, and I haven't done enough research to know when.
Then you can't make an argument based on that.
No, I can, because the minute we can support a child outside of the uterus.
Then where? Okay, when is that minute?
Do you know that minute?
No, I don't make the argument though. So when is that minute?
You have to have the evidence counterpart to my argument then.
Yeah, moment of conception, moment that the
sperm cell. It cannot. It cannot live outside of the universe the minute the sperm meets the egg.
Excuse me, I am still speaking. Do not interrupt me again, or I'm just gonna kick you, fag boy. Now, listen.
No, the Texas law where they.
There it is. Got him. Okay.
No, after 2 weeks, it's ridiculous.
Okay, I knew he would interrupt me if I called him a fag boy. That's why I did that.
His argument is ridiculous.
After 2 weeks,
Okay, Johnathan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm pro-life all the way.
Even in the case of rape?
Unfortunately, I have to be. You can't just create a scenario. Because you create a scenario in which murder is okay is a dangerous,
Well, then don't say unfortunately.
I'm just trying to be a little,
You're trying to be PC, even though you just heard me call somebody a fag.
I mean, it's your room. He was,
Well, he was being a little fag, but I'm just saying, like I agree with you.
What is your stance on the conception? So you believe that as soon as the sperm fertilizes the egg, that's life, right? Like instantaneously.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just arguing with a guy that was telling me it wasn't. Like it was still like a sequence of genes, and I'm like, it's not. It's.
Yeah, just Google it. Just Google when does human life begin. There's like a bunch of reputable sources that confirm conception. There's not a single one that refutes it.
I can't stand this guy, but I'm going to.
So
you're gonna hear me agree with some
what
cringy
I always
things.
Do when people disagree with it, I just like ask them to
Jesus
cite
Christ.
their source, and they never can. Like never in my life have I seen somebody cite a source that says that human life begins at a point other than conception. And I've debated like well over 1,000 people on this shit.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Has anyone ever given you like a good challenge?
A good challenge, yes. A good argument, no. I'll tell you that the best challenge and the best argument, the toughest challenge I'd say is people that are dead set on a subjective standard of morality, and they value things like sentience or consciousness, and basically they just depend on everything being arbitrary and undefinable, and they use that. They use the arbitrariness of their position
like
to not actually have to defend anything. Yes, exactly. And they use that to not actually have to defend anything that they're saying.
Yeah, because Devin tore him an asshole.
The only real way to combat that is just point out that it's arbitrary and it means nothing, and then just make them bite a bunch of bullets. And I actually did it live on YouTube on politically provoked YouTube last night.
Oh really?
You can actually look up Zen Shapiro on YouTube. and you'll see I debated this bald guy, and it's like a 3-hour video, but the debate itself is only about an hour and a half before they bring.
I don't mean to cut you off, but what is it called again?
It's called Politically Provoked, and I got this guy to admit that necrophilia is moral. I also got him to admit that cannibalism is moral. I also got him to admit that
Zen Shapiro versus Devin reviews.
Yes,
that's you.
Yes, that one.
All right.
And he also admitted that pedophilia is moral sometimes, and all the while he's a fucking vegan. So at the very end of the debate, in the closing statements, I was like, hang on a minute. If cannibalism is okay, then why are you a vegan, bro? And it was just like fucking.
Like
you
what?
can see the live chat. You can see the live chat. And everybody's like, checkmate, retard. Like there was so many points where he was just getting blown the fuck out. He had no idea what he was saying. But yeah, it's a good debate. It's very interesting.
I liked it. I'm definitely going to tune in.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And like I said,
what's it called? Oh, sorry.
It's just look up Politically Provoked, and I'm Zen Shapiro on YouTube too, and and you can see I've got like 3 or 4 debates on YouTube now that you can actually watch. They're all pretty good. There's one against this girl named Stardust. It's not very good at all because she was just an extreme science denier, and she was using like emotions to get the moderators to be on her side. And they were like, "Stop interrupting her, Zen. Stop interrupting her." I'm like, she's not fucking saying anything. She's just fucking being emotional.
That tends to come with it. I mean, you know.
That's why I'm not debating any girls on YouTube anymore. I'm not debating any girls live. They're just.
I don't want to sound misogynistic, but I don't think they're built. Well, you know.
How would you not want to be misogynist? Imagine not being radical. Come on, bro.
Hey Zen.
Well, then I'll say this. I just don't think they're built to debate. They're emotional.
They're not. They're definitely not. Yeah.
I'm so sorry
Zen,
for saying that.
was in here
I
and,
love women. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get him to spill his real personality, man.
He's immoral for saying that like people shouldn't be raped, pretty much. Like I was literally watching the stream and like, so he was talking about how people should give birth even if they're raped because a person shouldn't be killed over something that isn't in their control, right? And you were saying that he's immoral if he's around people that want to rape people. Or people that are the type to rape people. You said he was immoral for being around them.
No, I asked him. Because he was presenting that the idea that morality is defined by the people that the group of people that are creating it, I guess. And I asked him. I said, if you were in a group of people,
believe it, yeah.
I said, if you are in a group of people that all believe that rape is good, but you oppose rape, does that make you immoral? And he said, no. So he's just being inconsistent. Yeah, and then I ended up having
it makes them immoral. It makes them immoral and him moral.
Yes, I agree. But it goes against what he was proposing. He said that all that matters.
Yeah, he proposed that the morality comes from the group of people that believe in that moral, right? More people believe in that moral if they're all in that moral group. Yes. But he wouldn't be a part of that moral group in the first place if he doesn't believe in rape.
But with that comes that if you go against the group consensus of what is moral, then that makes you immoral, right? That's how that's what necessarily follows. No, logically, period. That if you go against the group consensus, then you are immoral. That's what
because he's stating that the group
yes, dude,
that you believe in the same morals of create those morals. But he wouldn't be in a group that creates morals he disagrees with.
Hey, window. Listen, dude. Just listen. If we are setting the standard that morals are set by
the group that you surround yourself of.
Stop interrupting me, dude. Stop.
I already know what he said though. You don't repeat what he said. I was in the street.
Just listen to me,
so you don't have to repeat what he said.
Listen, dude. Just listen very closely without interrupting me.
Dude, let him speak.
Okay. So if the morals if the moral standard is set by the collective group consensus, then it necessarily follows that going against the group consensus makes you immoral. What is moral and immoral? So, if you go against the group consensus that rape is good and you say rape is bad, then it necessarily follows that you are immoral. That's why.
But you're changing what he said.
No, I'm not changing.
He stated that the morality is stated by the people that you surround yourself of. So you wouldn't be in that group in the first place because you disagree with that moral.
But I proposed him
You're
a scenario
saying-
where he is amongst a group of people
Exactly.
that all...
That's not logical because you wouldn't be in that group in the first place. Because, like he stated,
Okay,
the
but
morality is
that's
placed by the
what the
group of the people that
hypothetical
you
is
surround
for,
yourself
though.
with.
That's what the hypothetical is for. Like I said, if he is amongst
Yeah, and
a
the
group
response
of
to
people,
that is that he wouldn't be in that group in the first place.
Okay, but you can't just remove yourself from a hypothetical that is realistic. It's a realistic hypothetical. I'm not entering La La Land here. I'm saying
It's
if you found yourself in a
unrealistic
group,
because you said that
if
you surround.
dude,
Because he
stop,
stated
dude,
that the morality is made by people you surround
dude,
yourself with. You wouldn't surround yourself with people that have different morals than you.
Dude,
That wouldn't
when
happen.
you got things to say,
Because you're
when you
repeating
got
what he
things to
said.
say,
I'm not going to hear you repeat what he said. I was there.
Okay, so you're
So
just
it doesn't matter.
Dude, you're just as
Just don't
dishonest
repeat what he
as that
said,
guy
and I'll
is.
listen to
He
you.
had
Can
just as much
somebody
of a
give
problem
me
with
a
interrupting as you do.
backstory?
So
Oh my
I was in this
God.
guy's stream, right, and they were talking about abortion.
Okay.
No, get aborted.
He has equally as big of a problem with interrupting as his fucking friend did. Jesus Christ.
So what was the backstory to that in general? Because I just got in here a little bit ago.
Nothing. I was debating some kid who was saying that he doesn't inject his religious beliefs into his ideology, I guess, which makes no sense, but that's what he said. And then he said that even though he believed in God, he doesn't think that there's an objective standard of morality set by God. He thinks that morals are founded in the group consensus. So basically, whatever the group says is moral, that means it's moral.
No.
And I asked him if I agree, but I'm saying like
No,
I mean,
and if you've ever done a psychedelic too, I mean, there's multiple studies on inner morality within deeper neural pathways that actually creates that at birth. It's not really something you can define, like you said, with like a bunch of people who believe in rape, and then you not believing in rape would contrast with being immoral. So,
Right.
when you have some kind of experience like that, like I said, you can really feel that inner morality,
this
the inner
is his friend
desire
right
to
here.
do
This is
good.
him. This is the same
Hey
thing.
Zen, why'd you get so mad at me?
You're quite popular on here.
Yeah, I know.
Do you debate other things? Like, is there other strongholds you have?
I'll debate atheism. I'll debate atheists. Like,
Are you
and I'll
religious?
destroy them. Yeah,
What faith do you adhere to?
Christian.
Okay.
Zen, do
Yeah,
you
I'll
have
debate.
a-
What's up?
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you had a Discord, like a Discord server.
I don't. I mean, I do, but we don't really. We just use it to like. I have a few friends that we just like stay in touch on there. But I join other Discord servers like to fuck around in, like politics and religion, and like I'm in politically provoked and stuff. But
Okay. I
but
can
I
send
don't,
you my
like,
Discord in
have
the
a
chat if you
server.
want.
Sure. Or how about you just look me up? It's pretty simple. It's just
Did
Zen.
you say you had a YouTube channel as well?
No, but I might start one eventually.
So
think I will.
where were those podcasts or the debates you were talking about? Like, how do you find them?
It's on YouTube. It's called Politically Provoked. Just YouTube Zen Shapiro. Just YouTube Zen Shapiro. You'll see it, with a space though. Like I'm pretty sure it's pretty high up on the list. There's a few of them at this point. The best one is.
I see it.
The best one is the one on the Crucible. The one against Stardust, the girl isn't very good. But the one that I just had a day ago with the bald guy, that one's really good too.
Okay. Why is the one with the girl bad?
Just because she was all emotional and she was like denying the science of human life beginning at conception.
So
and
essentially
literally-
brainwashed by big media without actual solid fact. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
reason it was so bad in particular is because she was like talking really slow and like.
So a condescending
saying-
kind of
Oh my
psychological.
God.
Yeah.
That would drive me
no,
insane.
well, yeah. So what would happen though is she's talking all slow.
Hey
she's
Scar,
all
I'm
about
just
saying
baiting this
nothing,
guy into
and then
saying
I
crazy
interrupt,
shit.
And she's like,
He
you
kicks
need to
me,
let
so I had to get on
finish,
Johnathan.
You need to let me finish. Then the moderator.
But
like,
this
"You're
dude
interrupting
is
him too
fucking
much.
insane.
You
I'm
need to
gonna.
let her finish. So I'm like getting
Oh
by
my
the moderator.
God.
She's
I'm
getting all
gonna-
emotional the whole time denying
I'm gonna
science.
get him.
It was
yo.
just bad. It wasn't very good at all. But you can
He's a
still-
pretty
it's
well-known
there to watch.
debater though on Overwatch and on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe it'll be entertaining.
So let's see if we can catch him saying some crazy shit.
But then there's one. It's on this smaller channel called The Crucible, where I debated this old guy. That one is fucking hilarious. It's amazingly good. Like if you just search Zen Shapiro and scroll down midway through, You'll see it's called The Crucible, and I debated this guy called iMythology. That one is really good.
I see it.
Yeah, I see it right here.
Like that's
Bill
by
Nye,
far
the science
the best one
guy.
so far.
I wish
Were
I
there
could
any
follow
high
him.
notes? Any notes that can I skip to straight something? This is like an hour and 50 minutes.
In which one?
The Crucible.
Oh yeah,
There's
go
a
to
second
go to
video with a 15-minute cut.
What's
go
the
to
YouTube channel called?
go to 46 minutes. That's the best.
What's the YouTube channel called again? Because I typed in Zen Shapiro space, but I don't see anything.
Well, there's a bunch of different ones. One is called politically provoked,
sexual
and one
or
is called
asexual. So, example is like your skin cells are reproducing
I
asexually.
need to just
so
get
like
fucking
your
YouTube
body
channel
is still
and just
reproducing even if you're
get
like
these on
not
one channel so everybody can find me.
fertile. So
There's a lot of people ask me about YouTube.
This guy is an idiot, yo.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm just reading the comments. Like, this guy is an idiot, man. But let's see if we get him to say some other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one and the other one. Like, definitely gonna check these out. I
Yeah,
kind of want to
they're
hear you
good.
debate. I want to get somebody in here to kind of go to the contrary.
Well, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people won't actually debate. Well, Tetra, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Oh, I'm pro-life 100%.
Okay. I've been getting a lot of pro-lifers.
that I can't really talk about very close to me who had one and was really traumatized by it for over 10 years. So
yeah. I could
mean,
imagine
it's
after
just
killing
not a
your own
good-
child.
Yeah. So
Probably not very good for your health, mental health.
But they've really developed their faith in God through it, which is kind of good. So,
yeah,
it was like an awakening.
Well, yeah, dude,
almost.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I became pro-life long before I ever acknowledged a God. Like it took some serious clawing for me to like acknowledge like God and have faith in God. But like when I finally heard out like the pro-life argument, I was like, I don't have any answers for this because I'm not going to be some psychopath that permits fucking rape and pedophilia and necrophilia and all this crazy shit.
Well, and then you can even dive deeper into the classified, some unclassified videos of them talking about selling the organs. And
Yep.
That's a whole
Yeah,
that's a whole other plane.
Yeah, it's deep rooted in like they have
It's
a
disgusting.
bloodthirsty
Yeah.
vengeance for like they have a bloodlust for fucking dead babies. It's insane. I don't understand it.
Would you say it's a
Yeah.
feminist argument to be pro-choice?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Especially if you're a man. If you're a man, you're just simping. Really, that's what it comes down to. Pro-choice
Yeah.
men are just simps.
I definitely agree. That's what it seems like most of the time. What's your take on like the advent of like homosexuality in our culture in 2020?
Oh yeah, I'm anti-gay marriage. I'm anti-gay everything. Like, I have no problem saying that either. Because it comes down to I mean, if morality is objective, which I mean it is, it's very clear. It's very clear in the Bible. It says not to be gay. It's unmistakably clear. So if we're gonna say morality is so if it's an objective standard of morality states that you shouldn't kill babies, and it also states that you shouldn't fuck your sister, and it also states that you shouldn't steal, well, the same standard says, and you have no problem with any of those things, and it also says that you shouldn't be gay, then you also can't be gay. You know what I mean? You also can't support being gay. And marriage is between a man and a woman, not a man and a man. So, kind of where I go. And I just reject all of their ideology. I don't let their fucking emotional bullshit get to me. And they're like, you're homophobic. A woman can be a man. No, they can't. You are what you started
what
as.
about that? So in terms of gender, you don't believe any of that fucking jargon either,
No.
right? This whole
No.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
that's
even
just a
humor the
population
word.
reduction
I'm so
tactic,
sorry
that's all it is.
for disrespecting the
I don't even humor the
LGBT
word
community.
gender
I'm
or
just trying to get him to
homophobe
spill
or
his
transphobe.
beans.
Like, the gender and sex are the same thing. Human and person are the same thing. Like, that's one of the big ones the pro-choice people like to get at is like human versus personhood. I'm like, no, human and person are the same thing.
Have you ever debated
There's people
someone on
trying
these
to debate
topics?
that now.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Human
I
versus
mean,
person.
Well, maybe
Wow.
maybe it would be good for the if you watch the girl I debated. She was trying to make an argument for personhood. She's like, well, it's not about human. It's about personhood. I'm
Yeah,
like, what is
I'll watch
personhood?
that before I go to bed.
She's like, it's about personhood. I'm like, what is personhood? She's like, it's subjective in a way. I'm like, okay, then how the hell am I gonna know what you're talking about? You know?
Birthing people. That's another one.
Human milk.
So
That shit just sounds wrong.
Yeah, I think it all sounds wrong. They, her, him. It's just preposterous.
Well, it's
just-
grammatically incorrect to start off. I mean, like, come on. What was the girl's name so I can look that
Yeah, I'm
up?
looking it up
Stardust.
right now. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now.
Of course it's Stardust, too.
I'm telling you guys, it's not a good debate. Like after it was over with, I was like actually kind of fucking annoyed. Like I was like a little bit upset with myself, but I was also like annoyed
Yeah, well,
with
she
how they
already looks
moderated it.
mentally ill.
Yeah, she is. Oh, she totally is.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys looking this up on YouTube?
Hello? We also
Yeah.
need one of our
What about
panelists.
the host? Like, what does she do? She looks like, I don't know.
She is eye candy to attract viewership. That's her job.
Oh, okay. Is it her channel?
Yeah, her and the other dude, the Todd. But they hardly even do anything. They just introduce you, and then they say, you know, like occasionally they interject to say, "Hey, stop interrupting." But other than that, like, they don't really do much. But she like, it's called politically provoked.
Oh.
But she's like at a glance, she's like, that's why I say like she's the eye candy, like at a glance to attract the simps to like come and watch. But in reality, like if you look at her closely and you see enough of her, like and you interact with her, especially after you start interacting with her, like I've spoken to her a lot. She's a total bimbo. She's a total fucking retard, and she's not even that hot. She wears a pound of makeup, and it's like honest. It's just frustrating. Like I start to look down upon women that do that. Like that start to.
Well, it's
that
just pure insecurity.
And it's like.
Oh my
narcissistic,
god,
like,
this woman
self-worship.
is she like Indian or something? The Stardust?
Yeah,
Star
she's like
DSC?
Middle Eastern or something.
She kind of reminds me of Symmetra. Like, I don't know why.
I already have almost 5,000 followers. Goddamn.
So he
Yeah.
just
No, it's a big
disrespected
platform.
the host
That's
Or it's
really
like a
of the
decent
platform that
sized
he's
platform.
on.
Interview
I'm
with
so sorry,
Sam,
Brittany, but I'm just trying to
Dylan
expose this
Blade,
guy. I didn't
Challenge
even throw you in the
Blade,
mix.
sold the song.
I get some
Yeah.
decent viewership on there. Like the first one got 1,500. This one, the one I did last night, got 1,100 views. So
I feel like
Some
as a
decent,
man, we have to be more genuine because we don't have makeup. We don't have the
Yeah.
ability to like get simped on. Like we have to be judged for what we are, you know, and we have to fight to become like better than each other.
Yeah.
We're like literally in competition at all times with each other, and women
Yeah.
kind of band together and they can just create pseudo appearances and then it's I can't really like explain it, but I would just love to hear someone like
no, I
just
get it.
destroy a feminist.
Well, that's why if you look at.
I'm so
if you
sorry,
put
women.
a feather in the cap of
I
Islam
love
or
y'all.
anything, it's
I love
that
makeup.
They don't
I
take
love
any
big booties.
feminist bullshit.
I love
They
surgery
say,
booties,
no,
natural
you're not gonna
booties.
put on a pseudo appearance.
I love
You're not
all
gonna do
y'all.
that.
I love all
You're
the
gonna cover
pseudonisms.
your entire fucking body, and only your husband's gonna see it. You know, like you don't. You're in no position to be using your body for personal gain. That's like the most selfish thing you can do.
Also, I'm
It's
not in
really
competition with nobody.
Right, and that's what. But that's ultimately what's going to be the downfall of
Oh my
of
god,
America.
that sounds so
is
crazy.
the sexualization of our population that has proven, it is verifiably proven that
These
women's
dudes
bodies
are probably all gay.
are the path to success. Women showing skin is the path to success in America. All they got to do
I mean, just turn around and shake
is
their ass.
turn around and post an Instagram picture. That's all
For
you got to
now,
do.
though, I feel like that kind of situation though is going to be.
I love when you
one of
turn
those
around and
jobs.
shake your ass. I'm so
Maybe-
sorry.
Maybe give it 10 more years. You know
You'd
what
be
I mean?
surprised.
Dude, this has been
There's
the
a lot.
fall.
Lexi
of
Too
that. This was the
Legit,
fall
Miss
of the
Sethi,
It's
Pocahontas,
the
Ruby
comparison
Rose. I
between
love
the
all y'all
United
booties,
States and the
man.
Roman Empire is-
Vicky Banks and her warrior
One for
pops.
one.
I keep doing it,
There
man.
are a lot of
No,
horny
it's
motherfuckers.
scary.
Yeah, I'm telling you
Especially
right
with the
now.
Sodom
Like,
and Gomorrah story too. And
yeah,
the Bible.
I'm telling you right now. Do not underestimate what we are seeing right now. Like we could very well be watching the downfall of America before our eyes, like the America as we know it. It's kind of scary, and it pains me to say that out loud. I kind of get the shakes when I do, but it's fucking true, dude. Like you have to take it seriously. That's why I'm so adamant about this.
American descent? Are you?
Yeah, I am.
All right, cool.
Well, we live on a farm in the middle of nowhere and have guns. We're good. At least for right now.
Unfortunately, I do not. I live in a fucking blue city. I live in a red state, but a blue city, like a blue area. I live right outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and it's not fun here.
We got
When did you find your faith in Christianity?
Within the last like 6 months, probably.
Wow, how was that like? Like what was the testimony like? If you don't mind.
I mean, it was a lot of things. Like, I became pro-life first. Like, I became anti-abortion. I kind of like started shifting to the right politically. That kind of helped. But becoming pro-life, hearing out some logical arguments for God, hearing some arguments within Christian sects. Like, I would listen to like Catholics versus Baptists and Jehovah's Witnesses debate, and I was like kind of just it got more involved in reading the Bible and reading some scriptures and whatnot, and then I think what definitely sent me over the edge was when I stopped smoking weed, just kind of naturally. Like I kind of just got bored of it. I stopped watching porn. That was massive because that like removed a fucking cloudy lens from my judgment. And then I stopped drinking. Like I kind of just stopped drinking naturally a while ago, and I stopped vaping. So I removed a lot of like sensory blockers. Like basically, I removed a lot of the pacifiers from my system so that I could think more clearly. And then one day somebody came to me and they're like, "Hey, so you believe in objective morality?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "So can you rationalize why killing a human is wrong?" I say, "Yeah, because that's harmful. It it causes them harm against their will and it ends their life. That's bad." Like, okay, can you rationalize why rape is bad? I'm like, "Yeah, because you're imposing yourself sexually upon somebody who doesn't want that, causes them harm. That's bad." Like, okay, can you tell me why incest is wrong? I'm like, no, I actually don't know if I can. They're like, well, you can't. You think incest is wrong, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, incest is wrong, obviously. They're like, why is it wrong? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, have you read the Bible? I'm like, I mean, kinda. And they're like, have you seen Deuteronomy 27:22, where it says not to do incest? I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That like, you understand that the only reason incest is wrong is because God says it's wrong. You can try to cope all you want with deformed babies, but remove that from the equation, and you've got no answer. The only answer is that God says so. So that right there is what the incest thing is what ultimately tipped me over the edge. I'm like, okay, I guess I do need to just follow the Bible. like there's no two ways about it. Like
yeah,
I mean,
the one thing that I can take away from what you said is the porn thing. Oh my God, I mean, when I totally stopped, and I mean it still is a struggle sometimes. I will totally admit that, but that is a struggle. Like you said, it is like taking kind of like a really smart pair of glasses off, It's interesting.
Well, I mean, you think about what is your strongest desire as a human being, especially a male human being, is to reproduce.
Hi, Zenny. How are you doing?
See, this is an example of somebody who is a victim of porn addiction right here, Kazuya. Think about if you are as a human, your strongest urge is sexual reproduction. Like you want to have sex, it feels good. You have urges, you have natural primitive urges to do this. And then when it's handed to you on a silver platter, at the whim of your desire, just open your phone and see 1,000 naked girls at the touch of a button. You're gonna fucking enslave yourself to that shit. And so you will eventually be like do whatever it takes, and at all costs you will surround your entire life with your porn addiction. And then when you remove that, now you can see clearer. Now the horse blinders are gone. And you can rationalize things much more clearly. So, it's a big deal.
Now, what's your take on the mark of the beast that's talked about in the Bible? Do you think that's technology? Do you think it's phones? Do you think it's...
Well, doesn't it say it will be on your wrist or your forehead? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's one of the two. And what I've been thinking is... So, Elon Musk, one person at least, has been developing direct neural interfaces, or DNIs, and they've been talked about, for years. And what that pretty much is
I don't disrespect any religion out there, Everyone
and immediately
needs
get results
a frame of mind
with a processor in your brain
extreme,
to be able to just not even have to use a phone, not have wireless headphones. No, none of that. I mean, it would be an unimaginable level of intelligence, and to me, to me sounds like the mark of the beast. I don't know, but that's close to the head, where they could increase somewhere in the
Oh
wrist.
no, my
Who
back
knows?
was gone. Oh,
I mean, if we're just going with close to the head, I would definitely make the argument for the mask over the over the.
Well, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the mask
That's
is
a
a religious
quick.
symbol.
But that's a good question. So would you say that the pandemic kind of steered you towards your current belief, like
Oh
quitting?
yes, absolutely. Oh yes, because and I'll tell you exactly why. It's because prior to the fake virus, all the bullshit.
A pandemic came out. He had a mental collapse.
Like I never cared that much about political stuff. Like I was interested, and I'd planned on voting for Trump. I guess I'm like, this is whatever. Politics are cool, but I never actually cared. I was still just go out and live my life because I could. I could just go out to the bar. I could go to the gym. I could go to a restaurant. I could go do whatever I needed to do unimpeded. Didn't care. And then they're like, oh, now here's this virus. You never know. You're not going to know if you have it. And apparently it's really deadly, but we don't know. And, they just made up a bunch of bullshit. And they're like, by the way, you need to stay in your house for 6 weeks. You've now lost your job. You also can't go to the grocery store, or you can go to the grocery. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't go out to eat. You can't go to the bar. You can't go to the gym. You can't go do anything you want to do. Stay at home. Watch the news. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stay at home and watch the news. And then I started getting more involved. I'm like, okay, what is going on here? I started watching Zen Shapiro of all people.
He
I started watching,
believes in science.
Other
enhances his views on abortion.
And I was like, this is all fucking
but doesn't
bullshit.
believe in
but
science
I have
when
since
it's
stepped away from
based
Zen
on the
Shapiro.
pandemic.
I don't watch any of that conservative ink. Steven Crowder. I now watch Nick Fuentes and Vincent James, and actually mostly just interact with people. I don't really watch much news anymore. And I've kind of I was like it drew me into the realm of politics where I'm like this shit fucking matters.
Do you find it hard to juggle like science and the Bible?
And then it naturally like when you indulge in politics, you're naturally going to indulge in some philosophical worldview stuff, and it's either you're going to take the plunge into a secular worldview or a theistic worldview. And I chose theistic because it objectively makes more sense, because without a god, nothing makes sense.
Absolutely.
Even Einstein said there must be a creator.
How do you balance like science and like the Bible, like religion?
Well, I mean, with the presupposition that all facts are derivative and dependent upon God, then there is actually no confliction between science and the Bible. Like they go hand in hand. Like a lot of science like aligns with the Bible actually.
That was always my apprehension with science because of my strong religious beliefs. Is just I feel like a lot of science is knowledge, and in Genesis it says that they ate from the tree and it gave them knowledge, and that was kind of like the precursor of getting them out of Eden. So I feel like all the technology we indulge in pushes us further from like religion.
Oh yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
But the thing with
I really do believe that.
Like, a lot of people confuse like just outright
when I'm
science
feeling
and
religious.
biology and whatever, like the STEM fields. They confuse that with like evolutionary theory that would contradict Christian worldview. But you can believe in science and not believe in the evolutionary theory, like the theory of evolution, or you can believe in science that doesn't contradict creationism, because like I said, in reality, science itself as an objective measure necessitates.
I believe in
creation.
evolution, but I'm going to say to the
a God
contrary.
that is an arbiter of all of it.
Yeah, I don't believe in evolution. That usually bothers people.
Actually, yeah, because there is a giant gap between apes and monkeys and other primates, between the human, I guess you could say, corpses that they would have been finding in the ground. There is zero fossilized evidence that would actually show that
of an in-between. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
there's no missing link because there is no evolution. I just feel like, I don't believe in evolution whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I don't either. It's God created the heavens and the earth. He created man in His image, and He gave man dominion over the plants and the animals. I mean, it is what it is. There's no mistaking it if you place faith in the absolute. But if you're confused and you want to go believe in evolution and try to find arbitrary explanations for everything that don't have definitive answers, like, okay, go do that.
Have you ever delved into like the origins of Christianity and like its ties to paganism?
Ties to paganism.
There's
yeah.
There's some correlation or some practices that are similar in paganism.
I mean, well, paganism implies no god. Paganism implies like human-made, like. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure Christianity would necessarily contradict paganism. A pagan would be like a false idol.
Yeah, they did have well, I don't know. I was just talking to some guy, and he was like
worshiping Kim Jong-il in like North Korea, you know.
Oh, that's a whole other can of worms, man.
Or like,
no, I mean that's essentially paganism.
Is it Charles Manson or something? The guy that inspired the Columbine. Shit like that. Like those are pagans.
I'm back, guys.
How fortunate for all of us.
Oh, okay. Well, like, yeah. How's everyone's day going? Y'all doing good?
Hey, Kazuya, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm pro-life.
Okay. Can you give your best argument for the pro-choice position, please?
Me or him?
You.
I mean, there's not really an argument for pro-choice because it's just like
that guy has
a human life, so
he
it's
has
not
a
really
gay flag as his profile.
That's my personal
try to
opinion on it.
incite some
Wait, it's not really what?
controversy.
Okay, let me explain it. So I don't really because like it's a human life and you're taking away human life, and I don't think that make that's okay at all.
So you're pro-life?
Yes, I said I was pro-life. The other guy said he was pro-choice.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like
who's pro-choice?
It's basically if you're gonna sit there, you're gonna beach meat and fucking blow a fucking load, you're fucking killing those right there. So that's another pro.
His defense is that he's
killing
sperm.
But sperm isn't life. It's a genetic sequence of life.
Hang on, other white meat, you're pro-choice?
Yes.
Okay, can you give your best argument for the pro-choice position, please?
It's not even an argument. It's just simple. Everybody has their own right to have their own choices. If everybody has their own right to religion, why can't everybody have their own right to just believe and do what they want for themselves?
Okay, how far? Hang on. How far does that right extend? Does it extend to the point of killing people?
In my opinion, I think if somebody has absolutely reached the end of their life, and their life is misery, and they are so depressed, they do not want to exist, they absolutely can't contribute to society, they're on their own deathbed, and they're just ready to go. If you want that choice, yeah, I'm getting to that point. If you want that choice, go for it. So yeah, absolutely.
Hey, okay, so the right to do what the right to do what you want to do would extend to killing other people?
Yes.
So if I want to kill you, I have a right to do that, and you would not object, correct?
No, I have that choice. If I'm on that bed and I'm almost dead and I don't have any ability to do
We're not talking about somebody being on a dead. Stop.
No, that's a choice.
Stop.
That's the point of it.
Stop, please.
It's the ability to be able to choose whether or not you want to be in this life or not, or have that life or not.
Can you stop filibustering, please? I'm asking you if you have the right to the choice to do whatever you want to do. Does that extend to the choice to harm other people?
No, there's no point in harming other people. If you
great. Stop there. Okay, great. Thank you. I agree with you. Now, do you agree that human life begins at conception?
No, I believe it doesn't start yet.
When does human life begin?
Honestly, the first breath.
Okay, and according to what source are you basing that claim?
That's just my own opinion on this one.
And what is your opinion grounded in? Where did you learn that?
I have spiritualistic belief in my own idealisms when it comes down to it. the first breath is
Feel
when
so
the soul
bad for
first
this guy,
enters the
man.
body. That is
He's
the
just-
first
Where
moment
did you learn
that
that?
life truly enters this.
Where did you
Just
learn
getting
that?
berated and antagonized for having a difference in opinion.
It's not even learning. It's just reading other ideas, reading people's
And with the
thesis,
foothold
understanding how other
of the
people
Bible,
feel.
like
It's
how
Why
can
should I
he?
believe
you
you?
have that
How can he be
choice.
dissuaded when Zen Shapiro is
no, why
have
should I
that
believe you?
Bible
Hey,
while
dude,
being a
when
douchebag?
you say that life begins at the first breath, I need you to either back up your source or back up your claim, or tell me why I should trust you as an authority for that. Because
You don't
I
have
have
to trust
scientific
them. That's
sources
his
that say
opinions.
otherwise. I have scientific sources
And-
that say the human life begins at conception. Why should I trust your word over the scientific sources?
You don't have to.
Okay, then how can you make an
I
argument?
have.
You concede
See,
then?
But see, that's the point. You find so much to argue about for what reason? That's
Because I
the
want to know. I
problem
want to know what
here.
the truth is. If you say
If you
dude,
want the truth,
stop,
then
stop, stop.
read,
If you
explore,
say,
understand
if you say
other
that,
things.
yes, I've read and I have explored the scientific sources
Well
that confirm that
said.
human life begins at conception, and if you say otherwise on the topic of when does human life begin, this is a fact-based topic. This is a topic that has a factual answer that is not based in somebody's opinion or beliefs or arbitrary feelings. So I'm asking you,
Love the word arbitrary.
where did you learn, as a fact of the matter, that human life begins at the first breath rather than at conception? Where did you learn that?
I mean, look at his profile. But, I mean,
Creating
says
your
it
own
all.
ideals is a sign of narcissistic personality disorder. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh, the shade is real.
I'm so
Anyway.
disrespectful. I'm just trying to incite.
I mean, that's no. I have to agree with
And
that. That
psychosis,
is kind of
but
a
that's a
fact.
whole
Yeah,
other
they
story.
do like people who don't agree with them, and it's fine. It's cool, you know. And
This guy is
for
a
your
psycho.
information, you know, reading all these things that I've read, they're through other ideas, through paganism,
Yeah, but
through
can you list the
other
sources, though, is the
religions.
question.
But feeling these things that you read and you understand other ideas in religion, you can.
Hey,
you
do you
feel more.
concede? Do you
connect
concede
more.
that? Hey, do you concede that human life begins at conception?
No, I really honestly feel like the first
Okay,
breath when the soul
come
enters
back
the
when
body
you're not a
truly.
science denier, okay?
I don't deny science.
Well,
That was interesting.
Yeah, it's typically
Zen,
how
I
it goes.
was here for the other debate.
Huh?
Like, I was here for the other debate thing a few weeks ago, and I just understand your name, and I hate myself.
Everyone understands his name. He's like one of the
I
most popular
didn't know.
debaters on like.
Yeah, a
Overwatch.
few weeks ago, I had no idea who Ben Shapiro was.
Oh, I see. He didn't know
I
who
was
Ben
that-
Shapiro was. Okay.
I was into.
That was awesome. The way he couldn't concede was just like, that was just awesome.
Yeah,
I
I
could
will
hear
tell
him
you,
realizing his like
He
error.
didn't list any sources. He just kept spewing bullshit movie facts.
These guys
I'll
are
tell you
crazy,
that,
fucking weirdos.
If you watch me on YouTube debate, it's not quite what you see on here because obviously I'm in control of the group, so I can fucking yell and talk over and say whatever I want to say and kick people, and like much more control, like much more like, you know, like I get to like control what's going on, which
You
I don't
get to be
want to
yourself,
say like I'm just
douchebag.
imposing and I'm not being fair. I try to be fair. But when I'm on those stages, sometimes the moderators are just little bitches, if I'm being honest, and they don't let me fucking do what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm watching over here. This host is cringe.
Yeah.
Like, it's cringe. I don't.
Yeah.
When does the guy Ted get on there? Like, does he ever get on there and actually moderate, like actually present the topics and like lay out the format of the talk, or
No,
is
no,
it
that's
just
why
you
I say
destroying people?
Yeah, the one on the Crucible, if you watch that one, the one with the guy named iMythology, that one, the moderator is much better. His name is Andrew Wilson. He goes by Big Papa Fascist. He's actually a really good moderator because he'll step in and he'll be like, hey, dude, you need to answer his question, like, or hey Zen, like you are interrupting a little bit too much, and I'll acknowledge that and be like, okay, whatever. But he'll be like, so what's going on here is Zen is presenting a claim that has a source backing it, and you're denying his claim, but not providing a counter source. So it sounds like he wins. So you need to do something to like, you know, like he'll step in and be like, hey, you need to actually defend your idea.
I mean, there is no winning against your arguments. It's based on the Bible and backed by science.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, I agree, but it's more so.
It's
like,
so
if
easy.
you watch the one, like you can't watch them all at once because they're all long. But like the one I did last night was very telling because there's some people that you just aren't gonna be able to get through to because they just they're self worshippers and they believe in subjective morality and things like that. And I'm like the guy, he was calling me out for it. He's like, you're not actually trying to change. He was a British guy. He's like, you're not actually trying to change my mind. You're just, trying to, for optics and you're just trying to impress people. And I'm like, well, yeah. Like when I realized that I can't actually get through to somebody, the goal now becomes to just show the audience how terrified.
I knew when that person had the flag as his profile pic that I could get them to argue with each other.
Like, oh,
that guy didn't sit well when he said that he didn't believe in the gays and was using the F word. Yeah. He didn't like that, so I knew he was going to go against him. Let's see if I can get her. Let's see if I can get some womanly attacks in there.
A lot of people.
I believe like the basic morale we have, but I think like throughout the centuries, morals will change.
Well, they could shift a little bit, yeah, but like the core of what morality is, the nature of morality, God.
Yeah, the Bible's
is
not
the
changing.
Of that. Yeah.
Bible hasn't changed since its inception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused.
Like women have a role, gays don't, and murder is murder. Like these things can't change.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so cringy to say.
Rape is wrong. Murdering is wrong.
She is so quiet.
Never change.
Yeah, those are basic morals.
Yeah.
What is your? This might be a hot seat. What is your take on like women trying to gain equality?
Yeah, no, I say repeal the 19th.
I like this guy. You don't hold it back, man.
Not at all. Yeah, you'll see. There was this one point in the debate on the Crucible where there was an actual good moderator. He was like asking me some questions. He was like, so you think we should retroactively punish girls for getting abortions? I was like, yeah, I think we should. And he's like, so you would tell a 15-year-old girl? He's like, you're basically saying like you would impose the death penalty on them or something like that. He was trying to like walk me down a path, but he was like, so you're basically telling this 15-year-old girl to turn around and face the wall? And I was like, yep, and repeal the 19th. I was like, I don't give
how
a
did
fuck.
he react?
he laughed. It was fun. It was a joke, but
I mean, it's murder. You know,
yeah,
it's actually more heinous than murder because between two people, when one gets murdered, you can objectively say that one person has a reason if it's like a crime of passion or something like that. But it's still wrong. But a baby, a fetus, the point of conception doesn't even have it doesn't. Yes, it's the most purest form of life.
Yeah.
Well, it's even worse. I mean, considering the fact when you have, the initial mistake that was made by the woman and the man.
I don't mean none of this shit. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay that you made this awful detrimental.
I'm about to get worse. Now
it won't be ruined. Just kill the thing that you fucking made. And your life.
I mean, it's women.
It's almost like a sacrificial practice.
It's women though. They want to just do whatever they want and then cancel out the equation. It's like, men aren't running out there to do these abortions. It's women. The worst a man will do is probably not take care of the child or turn his back. But he's not going to sit there and punch her stomach or force her to get an abortion. It's just like.
Well, the problem is the men that are like.
Oh my
that
God.
are simps. It's what I say. Like, pro-choice men are just pick-me simps. And,
yeah, that girl is so quiet.
They
has
the
been
ones
so
that
quiet. I feel so bad for her.
Empowering these women that are like some crazy psycho women are like, I should be able to do what I want with my body, and then some dude is trying to.
Look at her. She's just sitting there. Secret sauce is a woman, and she's just listening, taking this misogynistic bullshit.
She's trying to get laid. These dudes are fucking pathetic. They're fucking pathetic. They're just trying to get laid. That's all it is.
But that's another thing. It's the emasculation of men. Like it's like women are emasculating men, in a fight for them to be equal because they can't compete with us at our peak, at our prime, at our most misogynist. So they have to emasculate men to then be remotely comparable. And it's like you're not.
I was no finish up and I'll respond.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I noticed this a while ago. That
This guy
because
hates
formula
me.
for
In the
success
beginning of
is
the
so
stream,
clear
the beginning
cut
I
and
recorded
it's
before I
just
streamed,
sex, it's just
you can hear him talking
sexualizing,
about Rajiin.
a woman
That I'm
and just
obsessed
showing
with
some skin.
him, and because I destroyed him in the comments on
realizing this, a
YouTube.
lot of men
And look at him
are
agreeing
realizing
with
this,
the
not
fake
only are they
pseudo
starting to
bullshit I'm
consent
saying.
towards
Like,
giving them
ew.
what they want, giving them their attention, but
I'm
some of
so
them,
sorry.
a
I
lot
said
of
him
them
talk.
now are saying, not only do I want to give them my attention, I kind of want to be, what gains
It came
garners
from a
attention. So
woman.
I
How
want
can he
to be
think
more
like this,
feminine.
yo?
I'm gonna, when I look over and I see that women are getting all this success just by being women and sexualizing themselves, what if I just act like a woman and sexualize myself? And that's why you've got trannies. That's why you've got gay dudes that act all feminine and flamboyant. And now our fucking society's crumbling. So.
And their voices, their flamboyant voices, piss me off so much, bro. And they're like, "Oh, this is how I was born." I'm like, "No, you subconsciously like hang around women so much that you just subconsciously like just adapted to their voice. So you want to sound like them, you want to be like them. It's not actually how you sound. No actual man came out of the room sounding like that."
What does the Bible say in regards to violence towards like homosexuals? Is it condoned?
I mean, in Saudi Arabia, we stone them.
No, you're not supposed to be violent towards anybody. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't condone violence, even if you. But it does denounce it. Like you can passionately denounce gayness and say that is wrong. You are living a sinful, immoral lifestyle. You need to stop doing this. But you shouldn't go and like kill gay people or fucking
I think that's a
tar
clear
and feather them.
contrast from Islam too. Is that Islam is almost this in a way, obviously not in the direct.
Alright, so he's not a murderer.
It's almost like a extremely radicalized version of Christianity in an odd way.
Hey Hershey, man, you don't want to hear this, man. Zen Shapiro is disgusting, man.
You know, to each one's own, but I disagree with that.
I'm baiting him into
It's
saying
much more
crazy
radical.
shit, man.
Being raised by a Muslim family, it's much more radical.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
actual
it depends
Muslims,
on how radical the Muslim family is. Like, I knew a guy that I went to high school with. They were pretty, liberal when it came to.
No, you're fucking.
But,
You're.
it depends on
You're nasty, bro. Please don't start in the chat. He's like this religious,
Their beliefs are very far.
anti-abortion. He's a misogynist.
Yeah,
he's different type of disgusting.
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
why
a disgusting human
like,
being,
like,
man.
truly
If you don't
devout
believe in what he
Muslims, I don't
believes
think
in,
they're gonna
he
actually
treats you
advocate
like
to
shit.
go
He's
kill people or
condescending. He's a
anything.
fucking
But
racist.
they'll just passionately denounce it. Like, but there's radical Muslims just like there are radical.
Let's see if I can get him to
Christians,
say some
like,
misogynistic,
exist on
crazy
both
shit.
ends. So.
Like just like a radical Christian just went like gang bang a gay guy. Radical.
No,
Muslims,
they actually
that's
bomb
not like
abortion clinics. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm getting this for the YouTube, man. He always kicks me on Rajiin, so I hopped in on Johnathan, and I've caught him saying some crazy shit. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube because, despite his disgusting rhetoric, he's he's well known on Overwatch, and now he's YouTubing.
Yeah,
I want to put it out there so people can see how he really is.
Al-Qaeda, all that.
Shut up, bud.
Thanks to our fearless leader. Oh my god.
The Taliban is so based. Based as
They actually are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
they're
actually like we're the covers are being pulled off and we're seeing what a total fucking psyop the past 20 years were in regard to the Middle East.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that
there are
was
the
that whole
Shia
thing.
Muslims that are well, some of them will actually kill you for being gay, like the Taliban and shit, and like ban this, ban that. And then there are the Sunni Muslims that are like they're still against that, but they're not as radical. They'll be like, how about like they'll like talk to you about it, and they'll be like, yo, this is wrong. This is, you know what I'm saying. They won't be like as radical. They won't fucking bury you in the ground and stone your fucking head.
Yeah, and there's different.
Did he know you were underage?
Yeah, they won't.
Well, I
cut
would
off
love
your
to
head
get
and
some of
use it as
that
a fucking
content.
Soccer ball. They're not gonna go
or hang
crazy
you from a
on it.
Black Hawk and fly you around.
Yeah, or push you off a fucking building. Oh, look at this.
So everyone in here is pro-life, right?
Yes.
I think so. I don't know about secret sauce.
Sadly not. Oh no, Zen,
no.
don't bring that up.
Well, how about this? How about somebody else debate secret sauce on? Because I think I already have it here in my good.
Yeah, we did, but we just like reached a consensus. We just kind of agree to disagree there.
Are you a girl?
No.
I have a really light voice and I fucking hate it.
I'll tell you right now, I never ever reach a consensus of agree to disagree on abortion, but it does not happen with me. So
Yeah, we can get some
you must
games.
have been
Man. We can get
imagining
some
that.
games.
But anyway, somebody else go ahead.
I guess like
Just keep it a one-on-one. Just keep it a one-on-one.
What about if it kills the mother? I'm curious to see what you think about that.
Okay, we talked about
I
that.
mean,
Literally, okay,
whoever wants to talk, whoever wants to go. Whoever wants to like debate him. I'm fine with whatever.
I could try if you guys didn't mind.
Yeah,
Secret
shoot your
sauce,
shot.
do you believe that that conception is our life?
Mm-hmm.
So then
I mean,
you. Oh, I thought that was you that said.
oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, it's fine. Yeah, you two can talk. Prove it. I don't care.
I mean, I just
don't
kind of
have a
want to pick your brain.
disagreeing position
Yeah, I
on
want to
it.
pick your brain about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to see Secret Sauce's view on that specific topic.
No. Address that later. Like, if you're pro-choice, we can talk about the mother's life being in danger at another time.
True.
True. Talk about the vast majority of abortions.
Yeah, let's work up to that.
I mean, just in general, like, why do you feel like that would be an applicable thing to do when it does begin at conception? I just don't see the viewpoint. Like, you can say women's choice, you can, you can say all these things, but ultimately, it roots down to a mistake that a woman and a man obviously made. Why should
This is so crazy.
You could say clump of cells. Let's say that. Why should
What
this
is this
clump of
dude
cells
talking about?
have to
No.
suffer due to
Don't
your
dehumanize
mistake?
it.
No,
Human,
I
it's
won't.
a human, it's a human.
I'm taking their aspect, their possible potential view. So why would you feel, all right, fetus? Why do you think that would be something you should destroy due to a mistake that two grown fetuses made? If you want to think of it that way.
Fetus hater? Alright, Hershey.
Oh shit, you talking to me?
Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were still.
No.
I think.
Thanks, man.
We're
Thanks.
gonna discuss this. I think if this is a chance, I don't think you should kill the baby or the fetus or whatever just because you made a mistake. But I know this is like a low percent, but say you are. I guess that's not really. I was gonna say, like, if you find.
Well, just say your mind. I mean, you don't have to hold back. It's okay to have your own opinion. I'm not gonna judge you.
Okay, yeah. I think if it's just like a mistake that you made,
Mm-hmm.
you most likely should not kill it for that. I think this was
Okay,
an
good.
option. You can I think a mistake. That's on you there. But if it's something where I know this is like very rare, what if the mother's life is at risk, or this is like not a very popular take, but if the child is going to have like a severe cripple or like
I agree with
might
that
consider
too.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if a child's going to be severely autistic to the point where they can't even function, I think that would be okay. Because just
What?
for me personally, I think
Oh,
that
okay,
I treat
that's a
that
bit
as
much for me
miscarriage.
even.
What?
That's
I don't-
pretty
I don't-
horrible.
You can't predetermine that.
Wait, so you're saying if somebody's gonna be autistic, then kill them?
No, I'm saying if it's going to be so severe to the point where they're being better off dead versus what their life would be on Earth.
I mean,
You know.
a life is a life, right?
How do you quantify that?
And also you can't
Well,
determine
be
autism before
specific.
birth.
Like Asperger's or something?
No, I'm saying like a severe disability to where you're going to
Like
be
how
in-
severe?
Like crippled, can't have to use a mechanical wheelchair. Somebody has to wheel you around.
Like
You know,
Stephen
okay.
Hawking?
No, because he was perfectly cognizant. I'm saying
Okay.
like,
Yeah, but you're
like a
saying kill
literal
people like
vegetable.
that.
Well, yeah, but look how he turned out. He literally is
Yeah,
a genius.
You can't really.
Yeah.
Oh god,
I
my.
mean, he is
Everyone
a
should
literal
have a
vegetable.
chance.
He speaks through a machine, bro. He's a vegetable.
That wasn't his beginning state, though.
Even
Yeah,
if
he
it
did.
was, but
He wasn't like that for the rest of his life, or he wasn't like that for his
Yes, he
entire
was.
life.
Okay, so
He
should we
was like that for the
have
rest of
Should we have killed him?
Stephen Hawking was not like that his whole life.
Day?
He developed that condition.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
I love that this turned into like pro-life is pro-choice into pro-choice is pro-choice.
Pro-based.
Well, you guys have similar ideologies. He believes that the murder's okay if it's crippled, and you believe, you didn't really say it, you believe in the abortion giving a circumstance. I'm still waiting to hear the circumstance where you believe that abortion is okay, Sauce.
Oh, I was just saying that, like, if it's, like, I don't think if it's autism.
I'm starting to become a Zen Shapiro.
Let me
I sounded so disgusting.
If a doctor says to the mother,
oh my
your child is going
look at them, I'm gonna redact this.
Nothing in life, they're going to be miserable, they're going to have to be fed from a tube,
no, stop. Because what if they're wrong?
No.
I literally have a cousin who had a baby, and in the womb, she has this incredibly rare bone disease. And I don't like to do anecdotes, but this will illustrate the argument properly.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said this last time.
They said that she had this incredibly rare bone disease. She would never be able to walk. She would never be able to fucking be out of a wheelchair. She would be on a feeding tube for life. She would never be able to even smile because her bones are made of like jello, and she's like triple jointed and shit. It's really weird. And she does have really weird bone disease. Okay, so they were like, she's probably not going to live very long. A lot of problems. They had the baby, they had her, and now she's like 3 or 4 years old. She's walking, she can laugh, she can eat. She's fine, okay? So how are you going to just take a doctor's word that could not actually be sure that this is going to happen? And even if so, then how do you even justify that is better, that they are better off dead than experiencing a life of what you deem to be suffering? Who are you? Who are you to be an arbiter of what is so severe and suffering that they're actually they're better off dead? You can't do that.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I agree with that in some sense, but that, like, I'm last one was saying that, like, a doctor can never say 100% that the child.
And I mean, it's true. Science only has its limitations. So
the agreement should be that abortion is just a wrong. Period. There is no circumstance or a rationale. It's murder. In every situation, even rape.
Well, of course, rape. I mean, either way.
I'm so sorry.
Last time with like the rape, he says that like. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
We're talking about like if a
still an innocent human.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like you're walking down the street, some dude snatches you to an alley, he fucking rapes you, you get pregnant, you shouldn't get an abortion. You and the child can live a perfectly happy life, and yeah, there's no reason at all.
Okay, what do you think should happen to the rapist?
I mean, we have justice. You know, there's
yeah, I love how they always cop out on that. They're like, oh, so you don't think the rapist should go to jail? Yes, we think the rapist should go to jail. We just
I'm not saying. I'm saying
not only jail. He's condemned. He's probably going to live a life that condemns him to hell. So it's just not earthly justice. Like, there's a system in place given by our divine Lord and Savior that deals with this, and this is why you're born with an inner sense of morality. It's not like subjective. You don't get to decide morals based on your surroundings. It is law. Mm-hmm. It's written law.
And
so
it was written in your heart upon your conception.
Okay. So that woman, it's illegal to get an abortion in the country, and she gets pregnant. Should it be a lesser sentence if she gets pregnant and she can get an abortion, or if she can't?
It's
like, how should the sentence change for the rapist?
Do
you think?
Well, if abortion was illegal, then it wouldn't even be a factor. You know?
No, I'm saying like in
like you just said, if abortion's legal. Further explain.
Is this so cringy, man?
Okay, say in a world where abortion is legal completely in the country.
Oh my god.
Should he get a more severe sentence than if abortion was legal?
Now I'm gonna clarify this. I'm anti-abortion. I don't think it's right, but it's not my choice.
Okay.
It's really not my choice, and I've been heartbroken from it.
But either way, if it was already illegal, they would probably give him a really.
I could say I had some experience in the feelings that come from an unwanted abortion, but it doesn't change that it's the woman's choice. You know what I mean?
And develop a good relationship with it. That's not the issue. It's just that lingering.
I just don't
thought
like
in
the
back of your mind for the rest of
radicalism
your life. Yeah, I mean,
that this man brings to the debate.
Have to
It's
face those
disgusting.
repercussions. It's terrible.
No mindset should be set in stone, because then you can't grow.
I'm saying like
Abortion.
the mother.
Abortion. No, like just don't get raped and you don't have to abort the child.
You can't just.
I mean, that's a different story.
Just don't get raped. Just don't
That's the
get
only.
raped.
That's the only time abortion's okay is if it's fucking like rape. Like that's it. If not, you should like man the fuck up and raise your fucking kid.
I mean, I don't think
Yeah, just
rape
say no to the
makes
rapist.
abortion okay, but alright.
You can't just say no to.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, you can. They'll be like, oh snap! Oh man, I almost had her.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
gosh darn it.
Sure.
Gosh darn it, I almost
Damn,
had
they
her.
said no.
But that's not gonna happen.
Condom off.
Yeah, you can't
Go
just say
home.
no.
C-section and you won't.
Or
die.
no, actually, condom was already off. Take that
You're
back.
tiny. I already know you would have. If you had a baby, you would have to have a C-section.
What? What do you?
I mean, yeah, if it's for your own life, yeah, I guess kill it because you can make another one and maybe it won't kill you.
Yeah, but now you're looking at it like it's an object. I can
It
just
is an
manufacture
object.
another one. I can manufacture another iPhone.
I mean, you really can.
Okay, you heard. Okay, I'm pro-choice.
Like,
and
honestly,
I'm
but
guessing
other
you're
than that,
pro-life.
which you gotta
But you're
see
looking
the
at it-
understanding. You gotta see the
No,
understanding. Like,
Yosemite's is
if it's gonna kill,
pro-choice.
if it's gonna kill the mom, then you gotta kill the baby. I'm not pro-choice actually, but like other than that, if
Yes,
like
you
there's an
are.
actual reason that you have to kill it,
You've stated
I
many
completely disagree.
pro-choice
But if a
beliefs right
woman
there.
is raped, and it's uncontrolled, like yeah, like she has the right to kill that baby.
It's not
pro-
right. Like
he's
even if a
pro-life,
guy
but
came
yeah,
into
she
your
doesn't have
house,
a right.
hold on.
She's
Even if a
pro-choice.
guy came into your house, right, and he tied up
Yeah,
your
the
girlfriend
baby
that's
abortion.
talking in the background, and he got her pregnant in front of you, that's still not okay to abort that baby. That
No, if
baby has
someone
nothing to
got
do with that.
My girl pregnant in front of me, I'm probably gonna kill him, and I'm probably gonna kill her.
Okay, are you gonna kill the
Right,
innocent
so you're
human that's
already a
created as
corrupted
yourself?
individual. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I am
You're
a
already
corrupted
morally
individual.
corrupt.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, well then,
This
yeah,
is
you're
so
gonna go to
That
hell.
explains a lot of why you're.
This is gonna be one of the hottest takes on my
I mean,
fucking
no, I'm
channel.
not pro-choice. Like I'm against it.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
gonna go extreme
No,
here.
no, you're literally pro-choice, bro.
Okay, you say you're pro-life, like, but
But he wants to kill
You
the
have
person
very-
who will have his child. That's like not. That's a different aspect in general. Like,
Can I ask Secret Sauce and Yosemite a question? So let's just give a scenario where a guy comes into your house right now. He rapes your wife. She becomes pregnant. Within a week, you know she's pregnant. You think it's okay to kill that baby?
I do.
I'm gonna
Just
Be honest. Just be honest. Don't just like.
I'm gonna kill like 3 people in that instance.
Can I get your serious answer on? Like, I just want to get a sense
I'm
of
gonna
like your
kill
morality.
the dude. I'm gonna kill her, and I'm gonna kill the baby.
so he's
Okay,
either
you're
got an
good.
ego personality problem
Yeah, he's just a
or he's
psycho.
just psychotic.
So
It's
yeah, so
one
you're
of
just
the
a
two.
psycho. Like you're so prideful and narcissistic that
Yeah,
everyone
essentially.
that reminds you of your pride being hurt for some
Yeah, I'm
reason has to
prideful,
die.
narcissistic, and yeah, because like no, because like she ain't nobody will come in and rape. Like it's either she gonna let someone else fuck her, which if that's the case, I'm gonna kill both of them.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
kind
it's
of
okay.
you're kind of
No one's
batshit
going me at
insane. There's
gunpoint.
no
I'll
point.
fucking straight up cap a nigga in the fucking dome piece.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so you're just
This guy has
extremely
no morals.
uneducated and
This
psychotic.
guy has
Gotcha.
no morals at all.
Don't know
Just-
who raised you.
just-
Yeah.
just-
Okay,
You
this is
got
like a
me
genuine
fucked up
question
when you
for
say
him.
that, because that's taking it too far. Just because I say
Like,
that.
Okay, I
No,
No,
understand.
it isn't
like-
taking it
Oh
too
yeah,
far.
he's more on the extreme side. I want to hear
I have a
Secret
lot of
Sauce's
fucking
answer
morals, actually.
because he's just psychotic. But Secret
No,
Sauce, do you
he's
think it would be
Yosemite,
okay in that
chill out.
scenario to have an
Just
abortion?
call me psychotic for saying that, which ain't even
Stop
psychotic.
acting
In that
psychotic.
case,
Too
where
much
that
LSD.
okay, he was a psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Okay, whatever. It's gone.
I'm gonna kill the
And
baby.
Why do you want to kill the wife? I'm so confused. Why do you want to kill the wife?
What did she do wrong, right? Oh my god.
Like, I can see like maybe why the baby, like maybe killing the rapist is a grand passion. The wife has nothing to do with that situation.
I
Wait,
know.
but don't deflect those Secret Sauce. I haven't heard
Okay,
you say
yeah,
if you
yeah.
would be with it or not. I just want to know if abortion would be okay in that given scenario. Oh my god, that's so fucked
I
up.
think I do think that is alright in that scenario.
So then, your morality would be subjective, given the scenario.
Yes,
am I saying that right?
Yes, I think in a majority of cases.
Yeah.
That.
Well, pro-choice necessarily entails that your morality is subjective.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna call myself pro-life just because in a majority of cases I think most.
Then maybe you should concede that title and just kind of adhere to the principle of pro-life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
He always talks about you. Where's
I'm
Steve-O
sure he has
at?
good things to say.
Where's Steve-O at?
I don't know.
Steve-O's getting
I
bitches.
like Steve-O. A lot of people talk about me. A lot of people have really bad things to say, but Steve-O is one of the good ones. Like he has good things to say about me.
Yes, he invited me to an Xbox party and I didn't even realize that was him. So I didn't join it.
Yeah, but anyway, so back to secret sauce. Yeah, you do have a subjective standard of morality.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think like other people call themselves pro-life because in a majority of cases they look down on abortion, but like that's not.
You have to strengthen your resolve because having subjective morality makes you prone to a lot of things, especially manipulation.
A lot of bad things, yeah.
Like there are people out here that look for people with your mindsets so that they can like infect you with ideas. Yeah, brainwash you.
Like think about think of pro-choice is actually a perfect example.
What
like,
the fuck?
Like
I
abortions
don't mean
result
that. I
in
don't
the
mean
mass
that.
genocide of like 600,000 to 800,000.
I don't mean that. I swear to
innocent
God, I
human
don't mean
beings
that.
per year in the United States alone. And because they've tricked you into thinking that morality is subjective, they
I told y'all minutes ago that I was gonna get him to attack this girl. He's like a, he's like a,
subjective,
he's like
which now allows them to just
a
mass
moral
genocide
pit bull
babies
that I could
and
just
you're
sick on
cheering it
people.
on. You're cheering
He's
it on
so
'cause they just tricked you.
he's
They
so
just tricked you
easily
into thinking this
manipulated
is
right
not a
now.
good
Like
thing.
I'm manipulating him
Think
at
about,
every fucking.
assuming the Holocaust
like my little
is real,
puppet.
I have
My little
reserves
puppet
on
Zen.
whether
Go get him, Zen.
Hey, hang on, just bear with me. I have my reservation. Hey, stop spurging, please. I have my reservations on whether what they told us is actually what happened. But let's just assume that it is for the sake of argument here. If Hitler massacred all of these Jews and was enabled by his population, he necessarily had a subjective standard of morality that said that was okay, and he tricked all of these other people into thinking the same thing, and it resulted in the death of 6 million Jews among many other deaths. I mean, like think about how bad that is. Well, it's a result of subjective morality. An objective standard of morality would have said, don't do
killed
that.
Germans that didn't agree with him, though.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said a bunch of Jews among other people that died. You know? Because his subjective
Scarab, are
standard
you
of morality
pro-life or
said
pro-choice?
Gypsies and gays and, you know.
Wait, what's up?
I'm pro-life.
I feel a little bit crowded in here right now.
What about you, Hello?
Zen, wait, are you
Yeah.
a Ben Shapiro supporter?
Absolutely not.
Then why
I'm
is
just
your...
asking.
Wait, you don't like Ben Shapiro?
No.
Wait,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
so how
Jewish.
did you go from
Why?
liking him to not liking him? Is it because he's owned by Big Oil?
Well, no, it's not because he's owned by Big Oil. It's because he's owned by Israel.
Yeah.
Israel sucks.
This is the thing. You got like, and this, it'll actually, it'll be pretty funny. Like how subsequently I've stated that I have reservations about the accuracy of the Holocaust, and then I also say in the next sentence that anybody who is Jewish, you have to question their motive, especially when they're taking a political stance, because as a Jew, at least a modern Ashkenazi Jew or an Orthodox Jew, you have to put Israel above all else as the
Oh, hell
Holy
yeah.
Land and defend and protect
We
Israel
got
above
some
all else,
major
even if
good
you are
clips.
in a different
Major, man. This
if you're a
guy's a
citizen of a different
douchebag.
nation. So Ben Shapiro, being a conservative in
He's a
America,
douchebag.
but
Pretending
also
to be
being a
him is like
Jew,
too easy.
His conservative
He's on
ideologies are
YouTube
not
on this
going
show
to be
called
for America
Politically
first, they're gonna be for
Incorrect.
Israel first. So you
Oh no,
always have to
politically
keep,
provoked.
like, one eye
And I
open
got him
while
to
you're
Yeah.
disrespect the
Yeah, I
host.
You gotta keep
He's
your eye
never
open
going
to
back on that
actually
show when I
and
upload this video.
you're fine.
Called
Oftentimes
her a
his motive is
bimbo,
to,
that she didn't know how to moderate, she wears a
sweep all
pound
of
of
this
makeup,
this stuff about Israeli foreign aid,
repeal the
Israeli
19th
military aid under the rug,
Amendment,
and act like it's not
take away
happening,
women's
not giving any
rights,
explanations for it, while pushing,
kill
the
women who
other,
have abortions,
bullshit
even if they're
conservative
15
rhetoric.
years old. He's said it all.
I watched the Ben Shapiro debate, And I heard him say that even though because he went to a Jewish school, even though his school is almost shot up for it being a Jewish school, he still. How the hell did I just forget?
Wait, what were you gonna say? Because I watched this part. I watched this one.
I mean, he's
So I'll tell you
literally
what
a
he
prime
said.
example of
So-
subjective morality. Like, he's a hypocrite.
Ben Shapiro was in what you're talking about. Ben Shapiro was talking about like guns, why there should be guns, and he said there should be guns because there's people who hate Jews, and since there was a guy standing outside of my school with a gun, the guy that drove by that wanted to shoot up the school went by to the next door school and shot them up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's why he says he's pro.
Well, that's an example. That's like an example why you should be able to. That was just in life, like.
Yeah. Well, you got to just keep in mind, like, there's a reason all of the tech censorship on conservatives is going on, but Ben Shapiro is not only not been censored, but he's been put in the express lane on Facebook and YouTube and all this shit because he's in on it. He's in on it. He's a fucking fraud.
And he's owned by Big Oil.
Yeah, among other things.
I mean, that's just, you know, when you have this giant multi-billion-dollar company running out of Texas that's just throwing money at the Candace Owens show and Ben Shapiro.
Candace Owens isn't as bad, yeah. But Candace Owens isn't as
like
bad, but Ben Shapiro is fucked.
Yeah.
He just seems like
Yeah,
the
what a
most.
faggot.
Yeah.
Okay. Despite like not being Christian, he seems like one of the most far right you could be.
No.
In America.
Hell no. Hell
he's
no.
against homosexuality. He's against.
No, he's not.
gun laws.
He's full of shit.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
against
He's full of
trans
shit.
as well.
No, he's not. He's full of shit. He's just a talking
Wait,
head.
what's your ideology again, Zen?
I am a far right paleo conservative. That's how I know Ben Shapiro is not. All right, because I will sit here and say ban gay marriage. You will never hear Ben Shapiro say that. I say ban gay marriage tomorrow and abolish all abortions tomorrow and fuck all transgender ideology. No more surgeries tomorrow. Ben Shapiro's not going to say that. I'm going to say build a wall and cut off all immigration, legal and illegal, tomorrow. Ben Shapiro's not going to say that. I'm going to say that the election of 2020 was stolen and Joe Biden is an illegitimate president because it was rampant with voter fraud. Ben Shapiro will not say that. He is not a conservative. He will not say
And he definitely won't say repeal the 19th.
And he definitely won't say, yeah, I will say repeal the 19th tomorrow. Ben Shapiro will not.
What's the 19th?
Yeah, he won't say
It's
that
so
because
easy to
women's
get him
rights.
hyped.
Women's right to vote.
You'll say
Women
that.
should not
Why?
be able to
Why
vote.
don't you want women's right to vote?
Because
Are you
it's
serious?
like, yeah, dude, look at how emotional they are. They can't make rational decisions.
They
Back
literally
then, when they were
get
fighting-
hormonal once a month. Like, once a month, they literally get chemically imbalanced. You can measure this.
You know that everyone has hormones, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
women
but-
have
Just because-
significantly more
and women
hormones than men.
exactly,
Stop
and they have an
simping. Stop simping,
imbalance.
Secret.
And they have an imbalance in hormones during their period, and this happens 12 times a year.
Yeah, like Secret. Stop simping.
I'm not.
Can an
You sound like a
intersex
simp
person
right now.
vote?
I
not
feel
getting
so
paid.
bad for this girl. He sounds like a simp.
This is.
I mean,
So
to be
just-
fair, when women were fighting for the right to vote, most of them, I quote, most of them did not want the right to vote because
Yeah, they
didn't
didn't even
have
want it.
decent
Dude, they
Yeah,
got
they don't
they
want
got
them.
it because of a bunch of simps like Secret Saucia. They're just like, no, you need it. You need this. They're like, no, we don't want that. They're like, you need it. We need to empower you guys.
Like
Right,
they didn't
yeah,
want
but
it
on that
because they didn't want to go to war.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go
Wait.
to war. They were like, fuck
Zen.
that.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say about immigration.
Yeah, ban all immigration. Immigration
niggers.
moratorium
Yeah,
starting
but I
tomorrow.
want to hear what you have to say. about
Entirely?
it.
Yes,
Just, like,
all
close off the
immigration tomorrow.
borders?
Yes.
Yeah,
Have I
he
been
is
unclear?
insane.
Okay, when you see. Okay. Do you think we just cut off borders and, like, kick out every person of color?
Fuck yes.
No, but deport all illegals for sure.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
And then how about the illegals? So you think that what
Why do you think
would
we
you like
need
them to stay
immigrants?
if-
Like, what is the value of having the immigrant. I don't understand.
Well,
Why do you why are you so offended by him closing the borders?
That's why America's so great, because there's opportunities, and that's why they immigrate.
What kind of opportunities?
Got him.
We gotta fuck with
What kind of opportunities? You just said that. Hey,
I gotta go get a drink. Let me go make a drink, man.
I think
This nigga's a racist. Oh my god.
College.
Yeah, like we've good
That
college.
motherfucker said close the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys are willing to bring in immigrants so they can exploit the economic
Exploit.
Hey, let me finish my sentence, please. Okay. So you guys are okay with bringing in immigrants from all over the world that will exploit the economic advantage that we have as a country, and that they can benefit from that at the expense of infecting our social cohesion, which is happening. You guys are okay with that?
Okay, I'm not okay with immigrants coming in and not learning our language and not.
Okay, well that's what they're doing.
Favored by different colleges. Over
No,
Okay,
yeah.
and that's what's happening.
I'm saying I'm okay with.
That's what pisses me off.
Do that.
Okay.
No,
Do you think we should get a list of like colleges that favor?
Hey, do you guys know why? Do you guys know why COVID was such a big deal? Do you guys know why it hit us so hard?
Because
Alright, so here we go.
Okay, so you're a retard. No, that's not why.
Barbaric asshole.
What happened was because you guys, people like you are just okay with anybody coming up. We're a melting pot. Diversity is our greatest strength. Okay, you're coping because you don't know anything. The thing is, our culture in America has now become economic opportunity, and everybody's just here for the land of opportunity. When they say that, they mean a job. They mean I'm coming here to get a job that pays me better than it does in my homeland. And now everybody's welcome. It's a melting pot. Diversity is our strength. And everybody comes
dirty
over
docks?
here, and now
What
our
is
culture
that?
is all derivative of our economy and nothing else. We have no social cohesion whatsoever. What do you have to do to destroy a country whose economy is its culture? Throw a wrench in its economy. That's all they had to do. Shut it down for 6 weeks or 2 months or 6 months. And now all of a sudden everybody is just at each other's throats because there's nothing to fall back on. We have no family structure. We've got no universal system of morals. We've got no dominant demographic. I mean, whites are barely a majority anymore. We've got nothing. We have nothing to fall back on when our economy goes to shit. And now we're just keeping it afloat artificially by Jews in fucking Israel that are printing money endlessly. Where 40% of our fiat dollars have been printed in the last year. Eventually that bubble's gonna pop, and we're gonna go through this shit again here in about 10 years. Who fucking knows what's gonna be next? Climate change? I don't know. But because you guys are just like, oh, it's a land of opportunity, we're a melting pot. No, we're fucking not. We're literally burning to the ground before our eyes, and you guys are just like,
I told you
when
I'm
you're
not
gonna
okay with immigrants coming in not learning our language.
No, I know, but like secret sauce is you're not worried about anything except when you're gonna have your next orgasm on Pornhub. Like fucking grow up, dude.
You think you think Pornhub should be banned too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Stop coping. You guys need to stop watching stepmom porn. It's fucking weird. Okay, it's fucking bad for you.
Okay, what do you?
No, I was
when you
just
say,
asking
okay,
if
what
you
do you,
wanted
okay, what
to.
are you saying what do you mean when you say that immigrants will affect social cohesion? Do you just mean like
because they come in because cultures don't assimilate. That doesn't happen. People come to new cultures and they just bring their culture with them. Like I mean, look at America. There is no unified social cohesion across our melting pot of a culture. Everybody has their own culture. The blacks have their culture.
I'm gonna see if I can get him to
the whites have their own
BLM.
culture. Asians have their own culture. Mexicans have their culture, which is slightly degenerate, by the way. And none of them.
Yeah, I do,
none
man.
of them come in
You're
and
fucking,
say,
you're
"I'm going to
minor. You
assimilate
can't
to
be
American
gross in my
culture,"
chat,
because nobody
man.
knows what the fuck American culture is. American culture is make money. That's it. Okay, so all you have to do is fuck with our money, and our culture's fucked because we have nothing to fall back on. Again, I mean, it's.
So you're saying that America has no culture?
Hot take, Zen. A quick hot take.
Yeah.
What is your stance on BLM?
Oh my god.
I don't really humor it anymore, but it's it was a psyop. It was just to inject like a communist, belief system into the country and like get Democratic votes to get Joe Biden into office. I mean,
nobody ever considers the fact that Black Lives Matter organization's owned by Act Blue Cooperative, which is owned by the Democratic Party.
It was all a
in
psyop.
the footer of the fucking website, but nobody says anything about it. So,
I mean, think about it. Do you think Like in a country like Sweden or Norway or Denmark, where it's 94-95% white, do they have racial tensions there? No, they don't have racial tensions there, because it's 95% the same fucking demographic. What happens when you mix cultures together? The cultures clash, and now we've got entire movements that are derivative of racial tensions, like Black Lives Matter. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that people still support this bullshit.
What do you call bullshit? Like Black Lives Matter.
There you
specifically.
Did I not just illustrate that?
Oh no, but like, what is your problem with
Bro,
the
he just
movement?
said the organization is fucking ran by Democrats. And it's fucking a scam.
Okay, so
I think he just highlighted
that it's ran by.
I mean, well, you're not
ran by
listening
the
because he
Active
literally just explained.
He literally just said it's called.
Dude, I have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
we
I
so
saw the
cool,
most
man.
gay
You're my
shit
moderator,
right now.
man.
They showed
You're one of my-
this picture
one of my favorite
Doofus
fans,
right
man.
on
You're
the
crazy.
floor, and then they showed a picture of Diva as a cop sitting on his fucking. I have the fucking picture, bro. I can send you it. It's on Discord. Give me your Discord. I'll send you it right now,
This
bro.
is
It's
so
fucking
It's,
crazy.
So look, Zen space Shapiro, capital Z, capital S.
Oh, well,
and
one
it's
second. I'll get to it.
It's just Zen Shapiro with capitals on the first letters, and then it's number 1605.
Alright, number 1605.
But
There you
anyway,
go.
secret. Like, what are you specifically like confused about with the whole thing that he just said?
No, he just doesn't like from what he said so far. It seems like he has only had a problem with the party that it's ran by and not.
No. I have a
of
problem
the
with the organization. I'm just saying it was a psyop to get people fighting, get people riled up, get people emotional and divided among race, and then blame it on Donald Trump and blame it on Republicans and blame it on white people, and then have the Democrats to come in as the knight in shining armor that you're going to vote for to save you. But in reality, they didn't save shit. They just made it worse. And they're going to continue to make it worse because you guys are psyoped so bad. You're gaslit to fucking hell. You don't know your fucking ankle from your asshole. You guys, it's insanity.
What do you think of that, Sam?
that is funny. That is funny.
He was like, nerf this.
Yep, Zen Shapiro, 1605.
Okay, but how do you
That's
feel
it.
about
I literally just wrote that in my pages.
What do you mean? How do I feel
Do you
about
want me to
George
pull
Floyd's
up
situation?
the statistics on the fentanyl nanogram
Yeah,
of blood
seriously,
leader in his
have you seen?
body? I won't do
Have
it.
you seen the autopsy that showed that he had 11 point something
71.5
nanograms?
nanograms per 1,000 milliliters at 225 pounds 6'4", I think.
It was like 3 to 4 times the lethal dose of fentanyl. It was an absurd
and there was
amount of fentanyl.
methamphetamine traces in there too.
Yep. Like a significant amount. So and it was explained by the speedball that they were talking about, which is meth and fentanyl mixed together. It's
And
exactly
this is
what
how
that
you know
It's like
he's standing on his belief. Because Ben Shapiro or no one in the media will ever say what he just said right there. Like,
Okay, but
that's a good point. Yeah, because Ben Shapiro doesn't talk about this. That's another added to the fucking list of things that Ben Shapiro just glosses over.
Does Tucker Carlson talk about this?
He is the closest one in the
He's my
mainstream
little
to being
puppet.
actually based, but he's still like tied down by Fox News. So.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Zen Shapiro.
Don't get me wrong.
The
He's
extremist,
the best we got.
the
in the
radicalized
mainstream,
Christian.
but he's the best we got in the mainstream. but
6
he's
months
still not-
ago,
he's still not
he
one of
stopped watching porn, stopped drinking, stopped
Well,
vaping.
he's obviously limited by the Disney
became a
acquisition.
Christian and
So-
adhered to these beliefs.
Yeah.
This didn't happen 6
we
months
pretty
ago.
much
6
all
months
agree
ago,
on
he
that.
entitled himself with the Bible,
Well, except for Seekers. Seekers like, you guys don't like.
and
Black
this is
Lives
the result of radical
I
thinking.
don't.
This is what happens when your intelligence
No,
turns
Good.
against you.
Yeah, I understand. Like, if he was drug-
Excuse me.
If he was
Pretty
drug-
sad. Pretty
that
sad.
still doesn't change the fact that he was killed by a cop.
If his
Oh,
mind
you know what?
wasn't
no,
so
actually, how
rigid
do you know that for a fact? When
and
had a
he wasn't so
lethal dose of fentanyl,
brainwashed
it's
by
just
his
that he
own
died
rhetoric,
of
he could
asphyxiation,
actually be a good
cause
debater.
of death that fentanyl
But he's been
is one of the main drivers
indoctrinated
of when you overdose on it.
by the
is,
Bible.
When people
He's
when
been
people overdose
indoctrinated
on
by his
fentanyl,
beliefs,
it is because their
and
airway
he's just
swells
going
up and they
in
asphyxiate,
circles.
and he died of asphyxiation.
going
as
in
the official
circles.
cause of death, and there was little
And
to
look at
no
this.
damage or bruising to the outside of his neck, to his airways or anything. So what's called in our due process system of the law, We have what's called a burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So there must be a proof beyond reasonable doubt that the knee on the neck is what killed him, and nothing else could have been the case, even though he had 3 times the lethal dose of fentanyl in his system, a drug that causes asphyxiation. Does that sound like a reasonable doubt?
And speedballing doesn't help that either.
Secret, does that sound like reasonable doubt?
Wait, Secret pro-choice too?
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Secret, does that sound like reasonable doubt? No, it
That's
doesn't.
what I thought, young lady.
Wait,
How
can
do you
I,
not
yeah,
change
I was
his
about to
mind
ask that.
on
Is
life
Secret
pro-choice?
a female?
I have
No.
a high voice and I hate it with a passion.
Wait, so he's
It's
pro-choice?
because you're arrogant. It's because you worship yourself, and you're being punished. You're being punished. I'm serious.
You're being
I'm serious.
punished by Allah.
You're being punished by God because you're arrogant. And he's not going to give you a deep voice until you humble yourself.
Shit.
How'd you guys not change like Secret's
Whoa.
views on abortion?
Because he or she is arrogant.
Secret.
Yes.
Also, George Floyd's a porn
Why
star.
do you
did
still
know that?
believe that
Yep,
abortion
yep.
is not murder?
Okay. I think, for a majority of causes, if a man or woman made a mistake and the woman got pregnant,
What's
I
murder
think you'd have
though?
to deal with that.
Wait, but
keep
when does
like-
the mistake occur? Because if a man and woman consent to having sex with each other, there is no mistake. That is the
There is no
result of
mistake.
sex.
If they didn't, okay. If they
Like, where's the
didn't get
mistake?
pregnant,
Yeah, but
Didn't
you
need
have
to.
sex.
But
See,
what's the
this
result
is
in
the
sex?
wait, clear. This is the problem. Why is pleasure not associated with reproducing? They're one and the same. You get pleasure, but you also get reproduction. They're one and the same. It's the separation of these two that causes this mistake. You shouldn't just be out there pleasuring yourself. That's not what sex is intended for. It's a ceremonious act between two people in love that produces a baby. Not 100% of the time, but it should produce a baby. This is what happens. And then when the baby is being created and formulated, you can have all the pleasurable sex you want because you can't get pregnant while being pregnant. But we just have this mentality that it's okay to just stick your dick in something and just walk away. That's not how it works. There is no mistake.
okay, so you're saying even if a man and woman are married, they can only have sex for reproduction.
No,
It's-
they can
it's
use
together.
contraceptions, but they gotta realize that what's happening. They're responsible enough to realize. That,
I do not believe that, Hershey. I don't
So
believe
if-
that.
if
I had a
contraceptions
baby.
don't work, they
Yo,
know
listen, I don't
they
believe.
have a chance. They know that they could have a chance, but the contraceptions show that there's a percentage chance of having a baby.
Yeah, I'm saying
I don't believe that, yeah.
they took that chance wanting not to have the child.
I am not asking him
They
that.
obviously-
You're not
And
gonna like
again,
the
he
answer.
just explained to you
I
the
just
problem
fucking
is.
explained this.
Yeah.
No. Listen. Johnathan just explained that the problem is that you've effectively separated the act of reproduction from the feeling of pleasure, and that's where your problem is. You can't seem to get a grip on the fact that sex is designed for
Is he
reproduction,
quoting me? Oh
not
my
pleasure.
God.
It just happens. Pleasure is just a byproduct. But you're so
Absolutely.
engulfed and enslaved by your own lust that you can't get past that. You are a slave to your own desires and you don't even know it.
And to further that statement, that's where the advent of gayness comes from. Because once you separate reproduction from sex, then you can just stick your dick in anything because you're just
All you
getting
need
the
is a
pleasure.
hole. Yeah,
all you need is a hole. You can
Yeah,
stick
so
it
are you
into a
fucking
Venus
gay,
flytrap
Secret?
if
Is that
you
what
want.
you're trying to tell us?
No, okay. I was just trying to explain my stance.
Do you put dick in your mouth?
Your stance doesn't make sense though.
I was trying to say that if there is a mistake between a man and not mistake.
What do you
The
mean by
uninten-
mistake?
Okay, a man, a married
We already explained
unintentionally
every
died.
single part about this.
I'm just trying.
We keep going in circles.
Okay, I'm
keep
saying
repeating the same thing
even if
after
they
we
both
prove you
know
wrong.
that there's a chance that they could get,
This is so fucked. I feel bad for this person.
let's just not talk about pleasure and reproduction. Other than
This
that.
is so
I'm
fucked
saying
up, man.
that if a woman gets pregnant unintentionally, we're just gonna say that, and then there's no there could be no repercussions on that child's life or the woman's or man's life besides her being pregnant, I think you should keep that baby. I don't think there's any reason for you to kill the baby.
Okay, why are
what
you?
The hell is Doc? You know what? I don't even want to ask. Don't even answer that. I don't even.
Okay, don't call me as simple as it is. I literally just think it's. I don't think you have a right to say what a woman can do.
But you just told us that.
So wait, no. Let's just take that into account. So a woman is allowed to like murder. Like let's just say I cut her off in traffic, and she doesn't like it. She has a gun in her car. She's allowed to just walk over to me and just shoot me in my fucking head.
Yeah, I can tell her you should not murder, but I can't tell her that.
Well, that's
that
secret
has nothing
response.
to do with her body.
That's secret response.
That has nothing to do with her body in that circumstance.
I mean, her body's in her car, and I cut off her car. She slammed on her brakes. Her body was restrained by the seatbelt. It hurt her chest or whatever. It was a mistake. She's obviously distraught about it, and she doesn't want the repercussions. Or like, just give me a scenario in which you think that it's okay for the woman to abort the baby. Just give me a scenario.
Hold up, I got something about what he said. I got a rebuttal. So, you know, it's not her body that like it's affected.
Oh my God.
The baby's not her body. It's
I'm a better Zen Shapiro than Ben Shapiro.
It's in her body. She has to live with it for 9 months.
But it's not
Oh my
like a part of her.
God.
You're acting like it's fucking like a part of her. It's a different human being.
But this is the entitlement though. Why is it only hers? Is it not the man's genetic sequencing that gives her this baby? Like she's the oven to his bread.
Okay, so do you think that like a man should have to like sign a contract or something to let her?
Well, there is a contract, and look what happens if a man has sex with a woman, right? And the woman wants the baby, and the man doesn't want the baby. He's contractually and legally obligated to maintain this baby. Right?
Yeah.
So he has a responsibility to this baby, whether he wants to or not. How come the female doesn't have a responsibility to the baby? Why can't he terminate this contract?
Because
You're right, because it affects her, and in her selfish, narcissistic mind, it is okay to terminate the baby.
Yes.
And you agree
So
with
you're
this?
selfish.
You okay with that?
You're
Ben?
selfish.
You agree that you're a total narcissist, Secret?
That's so
If it
fucked up.
means-
I'm getting too into
I
character,
support
man.
an
I don't
actual
believe in
basis.
abortion.
I don't think abortion is
And
wrong.
that was like a fucked up
I'm
argument,
not
man.
gonna
Like,
like,
do
alright,
what you
so-
want,
so
man. Like,
people that are
this
lying.
is so fucked up. This is starting to cause me mental harm.
Secret. How about this? Secret.
This is so
you
fucked
do
up.
understand that an abortion
This
is
is so
killing
fucked
an
up.
innocent human always, right?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. Do you support killing innocent humans?
No. Well, okay.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is
So
so
you're
fucked
pro-life.
up.
I agree.
This is so fucked up. Like, I'm so
It's your
fucking.
analysis.
I'm getting
Teach
so
us the
distraught
No,
about
no,
this.
no, 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 no euphemisms.
Like, this
No.
poison is just...
Killing innocent humans. That's what an abortion is. Do you support killing innocent
Like,
humans?
I wish I could punch him in his fucking mouth.
If it's in the 9 months that it's
Like,
in the fetus.
people who talk like Zen
Okay,
Shapiro
so you are in
and
favor
how
of
I just
abortions
talk,
all the way up to term for
they're
any
allowed
reason,
to
correct?
say what they want because they've never been,
Okay. And why is birth?
they've
control
never had the
principle?
consequence for their fucking
Because
beliefs.
that's
But
when
I just want to like
by
just
law.
punch him in his fucking
when
jaw, like
it's
just
birth,
rock
that's
his
when
shit, like
Not
just
necessarily.
boom.
Hang on,
Out of the
let him
womb
answer.
abortions
Let
are
him
legal
answer.
in New York.
Let him answer.
All these guys
Right?
in here, like
So after
such
birth,
beta
after
males.
birth, you are now no longer okay with abortions, or no longer okay with killing innocent humans, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but prior to birth, you are okay with killing innocent humans, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what is the moral significance of the birth canal?
What?
What is the moral significance of the birth canal in regard to killing an innocent human? You have set that as your delineating factor between it being okay or not okay to kill a human. What is the moral significance of the birth canal?
Because it is not into the
Minutes
world
ago, I said I was gonna.
anything in this world yet.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
does
all
a
beta
fucking
males.
baby
Minutes
like
ago,
just
I said
you said two different
everyone was
things.
cool with
It's not
secret
into the
sauce,
world.
and then I said I
challenge
was
that
going
premise
to
because it's
turn
inside of
everyone
others in
against
the
them,
world.
and I
So
have,
we'll
and I
just
feel
throw
so
that one out
bad.
the window, and you said it has not experienced
And
that.
I can't do
How
it
do you
against
verify
anybody
that
else
it
because
has
everyone
after
else is
birth?
just on his fucking nuts.
because at that point it is experiencing everything outside.
How do you
of
verify
the
that? Instead of repeating yourself, tell me how you verified that.
Because that's when it's coming into contact with everything outside of the mother's womb.
Okay. That's a given based on the scenario that we're presenting. The premise that is presented is that it comes outside the womb. Okay, what is the moral significance of that? What is the moral significance of the birth canal?
This is so fucked up.
Moral significance is that if you wanted... Okay, use it. It has nothing. Okay.
Secret, you don't need to just, if you know you're wrong, like, you can just concede, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can change your mind about abortion, like, it doesn't need to stay.
I used to
No,
be
I'm saying, like, what do you, like,
me too.
Morally?
Listen, this is what I'm asking you. If you're saying up until point X,
Did he just say
it
he
is
used
morally
to be
okay
pro-choice?
to kill
What the
innocent
fuck?
human. After point X, it is now no longer okay to
Give me
kill
a second, I need
innocent
to drink the water, my throat's dry as fuck.
Are you gonna be on the mic?
I'll be back in like 30 seconds, I just need to get water.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm taking it that Secret is a fucking dude who's just super simp the fuck out.
Yeah.
I think, like, Zen, you should ask him, like, you gotta, like, tell him that, like, I don't know. I feel like he doesn't realize he can change his views, because, like, I feel like he understands, like, we're right.
No, they know. They're just arrogant. They're just arrogant and narcissistic, and they're married to their ideas. Like
I know, but
he's describing
I don't know if it's
himself.
all necessarily that. I think it's also influence. I mean, you have to find a way to break people's influence away from the technological divide. I mean, it's not necessarily Secret's fault.
Well, that's why I don't spoon feed things. I guess I do spoon feed things to them, but I ensure that I don't just give them the answers. I make them say it themselves. So like I'm not gonna sit here and preach and lecture and be like, there's no moral significance to the birth canal. I'm just gonna see if you can provide me some moral significance to the birth canal, and then when you realize you can't, retract your argument and come up with something new, right?
Yeah, I want to know who brainwashed.
So Secret, are you back? No?
Hey Zen, just because I'm intrigued by your persona, who was this? Who converted you to Christianity? Was it like a person, a mentor, perhaps? Maybe.
Actually, it was a Muslim guy, but ironically,
yeah, it was me, bro.
Oh wow.
Because we were talking about well, he didn't do it with intent, but he was the one who presented me with
Let's see who brainwashed him.
Incest, where we were discussing an objective standard of morality, and Muslims and Christians actually have very similar like moral views, like moral like compasses, and he was the one who brought that up. He's like with objective morality, you need a God as an arbiter, and he's like because you can look at things like murder and rape and understand that that's wrong and you can rationalize that, but then when you look at something like incest, why is that bad? Well, it's only bad because God says so. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it was. But other than him, like other than that tipping point, like it was just it was like a long span of just like hearing people talk about it, like talking about God, talking about Christianity, and just understanding it more, and kind of just like humbling myself over time, you know.
I'm also amazed that you could give away like the liquor and the vaping and the porn in a short span of like 6 months.
Oh,
like,
dude, all within the last 6 months. I used to be a fucking daily porn user, daily stoner, daily vapor, and probably like weekly drinker. And I kind of just like eased off the drinking just like naturally because I kind of just got bored of it, and same with smoking weed. But the porn specifically, like I saw a couple dissertations of it on the internet, and I'm like, oh, this is really bad. And I quit porn cold turkey. And one day, my vape broke, and I was like, you know what? I'm done vaping too. So I haven't vaped in 6 months. I haven't watched porn in 6 months. I haven't done any of this stuff in a long. It's probably been longer than 6 months at this point, but yeah.
Are you in a relationship currently? Do you have like a moral like support? Somebody.
I am getting married in a month and a half.
Oh wow!
Have you had sex?
Congratulations, man.
Thanks. Have I had sex? Yes, I've had sex.
Oh no.
Sinner!
I'm not sure why I even answered that
Secret
question.
back now?
Secret's
I've been back. I said I was back like 5 minutes ago.
So Secret.
Does your partner share your same? Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Does she? Yes, she does. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to be together if she didn't.
Wait, you share the same values, right? You said.
Oh yes. I would not marry somebody who doesn't. It wouldn't be possible. Have you heard me talk? Have you heard me? There's no way. There's no way I could marry some feminist. So,
oh my god,
secret.
poor woman, yo.
The
Poor
scenario,
woman, yo. Oh my god.
that it is morally permissible to kill innocent human up to point X, and then after point X, it is now no longer morally permissible to do. Point X for you is the birth canal. Traveling through the birth canal is what delineates morally good versus morally bad. So I'm asking you, what is the moral significance? What is the moral significance of the birth canal? What does this even mean?
Oh my god.
It just means that they do
It's
not
like your
have
balls are about to explode, man.
rights yet. They have not, by law, like even by law, they haven't been birthed yet in this world. They're not recognized by law as life yet. I agree.
As life? No, we've already established that life begins at conception.
Okay. From conception until birth, I think that it is okay to kill.
Secret sauce. I feel like you can kind of hear your morality waning here. I feel like it'd be easier for you to just have an open mind to changing your opinion of it. If you know that conception is life, and you know that traveling through the birth canal, just logically doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything.
I think after like this whole discussion, now you seem to be like a closeted pro-life, honestly.
But I can't call my.
Like, why can't you call yourself?
Because that's arrogance. That's the arrogance in you. That's your pride and your arrogance not wanting you to concede.
Like someone must be stopping you. Like, why can't you call yourself pro-life? What's the reason?
Because there are situations that I would agree that a person is gay. We were talking literally whatever.
Yo, please, chums, come on, chums.
If they were severely
I had to catch myself,
disabled or something, then
well, hang on, because the position you're taking right now is that you're okay with abortions all the way up to term for any reason. So what does the scenario matter? Are you abandoning the whole birth thing? If you want to do that, then we can talk about.
No, I was saying. Okay.
But if you're not going to abandon birth, you need to argue birth first before we talk about specific scenarios.
I'm arguing birth. Exactly.
Okay, then I don't want to hear anything about a scenario. I want to know why birth matters.
I was saying birth matters because they haven't experienced anything yet. They do not have a life of their own because they have done nothing.
They do it. No, so get that phrase out of your vocabulary that they do not have a life of their own. But the experiences. Let's stick to experiences because that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that now they get to experience things. Okay. And how do you verify that they are now experiencing where they otherwise weren't?
Because they are. When you say that, you mean like they weren't experiencing the womb.
I'm asking you, how do you know that they are now experiencing things and they weren't prior? How do you know that at the moment of birth that this is now experience? Like they are now experiencing something. How do you know that?
I'm not saying that they're not experiencing anything in the womb. I think they can still like subconsciously hear sound.
Okay,
so
then
that
your
sounds
whole
like an
point is
experience.
proven wrong.
But
yeah, that sounds like experience.
But they haven't experienced the world that they were going to be. No,
like
I'm
what
saying
do you mean by experience? What do you mean by experience?
When I say experience, I mean interacting with the world outside the womb.
Do you mean like an identity? Like they have an identity?
That's implied by the presence. The premise that they have now been birthed and traveled outside of the womb. That implies that they're now experiencing things outside, or interacting with the world outside the womb. So, but we're asking, why does that matter? That's the question. Why does that matter in regard to killing an innocent human being? Let me give you an example. If we are, and let me give you an example of like an answer that I would be looking for. If we are talking about like human A versus human B, and human A is attacking human B actively, threatening their life, and human B has a means to defend themselves, and it happens to be a gun. And human A is threatening their life, they're coming at them, they're in imminent danger. Human B decides to defend themselves by shooting them with a gun. Well, your moral justification for this, the X in this scenario of why this is morally permissible, is because human A is imposing a threat upon human B's life, and human B has no choice but to defend themselves. And now they have a justified reason to kill human A. Right? But you are now placing the X as the birth canal. And I'm looking for a justified reason here for why the birth canal now protects you from being killed, whereas being inside prior to traveling through the birth canal, the human shall not be protected and shall be killed at any point for any reason.
Because if you were to kill it outside of the womb, you are now they're experiencing things, and now you're taking away what they have been.
So you're
enjoying.
just gonna keep going with rhetoric that you can't.
Okay,
actually
if you were to kill them in the womb, they don't know what they're missing. They don't.
Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Let's go with this.
You don't know what you're missing, pal.
Do you remember anything prior to the age of 2?
Obviously no. But I was
so if I
in the
so
moment.
If I kill, did you? Do you know that? Do you remember that?
I feel like anything.
Do you remember anything prior to the age of 2?
Obviously, over time, you're gonna stop remembering things.
Do you remember anything prior to the age of 2?
No.
Okay, so if I killed you, would you have known?
No. In the moment, I would. But no.
Would you have?
Okay, right now.
Do you even know my Discord?
If you were to kill me back then, I wouldn't remember.
Okay, so could I have killed you prior to the age of 2 that you wouldn't have known about? So that would have made it okay?
Yes, you do.
I would have known about it. Okay, this is like.
Your argument is that it's okay to kill them because they wouldn't know they're being killed. Okay, so prior to the age of 2, you wouldn't know you're being killed. Can I kill you? Obviously not, right? So your argument falls apart. Can you just humble yourself? It's getting ridiculous. Let me ask you this. Sorry to gish gallop to something new, but you're like, this is not going to get through to you. Are you familiar with what's called the human right to life? Do you believe in that?
Yeah.
All right,
do you know what it is?
I'm gonna end this stream here and fucking.
Okay, so the human right to life is the right of a human.
I'm not gonna blow my
live
cover
and
with
to
Johnathan.
not be killed
I'm
specifically
not
by
gonna do
another
it.
human. Do you believe in that right?
Because I need to get more clips on them, but I'm definitely
and you understand
uploading.
That this right, if
I'm
it
definitely
exists,
uploading.
And you believe in it, it must be
I'm gonna highlight.
Intrinsic, meaning
I'm gonna highlight some of the clips where he's just been crazy, gay bashing, homophobic, racist,
inalienable right,
misogynistic. I'm gonna.
Okay,
so to be honest, he claims all this shit, but he doesn't speak it out in his public debate rooms. So I just want to give these people that see him on YouTube in these debate rooms outside of Overwatch an insight to how he really talks and how he really is, how ignorant he really is.
It would be universal, meaning that it would apply to all.
I think the funniest part would be how he talked about Brittany from Politically Provoked.
So if you believe in this,
I think she'll like the way he described her. So let's see how that works out. I'm gonna definitely. Go to the comments on political.
So now you get to pick one or the other.
And
Are
get
you
people to watch
pro-choice
this.
Or do you believe in the human
I gotta
right?
go play
Which
my
one is it?
game. I gotta get out of here.
Is a fetus a human life?
And we've
agree.
already
You said
and
yes. And
we've already established that it is a
agree
human
with
life
that.
at the moment of conception. Now, this is where you're at a crossroads and you have to pick. There is no in between. This is one of the laws of logic. Excluded middle. There can't you either do this, and also the law of non-contradiction. You're either pro-choice or you believe in the human right to life. You can't be both. It cannot happen. It's logically impossible. Now, which one are you? Pro-choice or do you support the human right to life? Which one?
That just seems too extreme.
Think carefully, young lady.
It's not extreme. It's simply a choice that you are now being faced with. You are now being faced with a decision where you cannot be indifferent. I'm not allowing you an option to be indifferent. There is the law of excluded middle. There's nothing in between here. Pro-choice or the human right to life. Which one?
I'm fucking pro-choice then, because I think
okay. So
that there is.
So you don't believe in the human right to life?
I think there are circumstances with a fetus that is okay.
Hey, so you do not believe in the human right to life, correct?
In circumstances, no. I get it.
No.
So what would stop me from killing you? Like,
yeah,
it's
either you believe in it always or you don't believe in it ever. You can't be anything in between. Again, law of excluded middle. it's either absolute.
I said I was gonna stop, but I keep going.
You can't say that there isn't a gray area there.
No, I can, and I just did. Now,
he's God.
So you don't believe in the human right to life. Johnathan just asked you. This is the question you're now faced with. If you have no right to be alive, then I can kill you, and you can't object to that because it's not an infringement upon your rights.
Johnathan is raging, and he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would be pro. You would be in favor of being.
Oh my God.
This is
the logical conclusion of your position.
Secret, you don't realize how dumb like your logic is. Like you don't realize, you just think, oh, I'm pro-choice. I can be pro-choice. No, and no, whatever, nothing what it fucking means. But then when you learn what it fucking means, and now you're faced with this fucking hard question, like it's gonna be hard. Like you might change your views. Like changing your views like might take a lot, but like
that feeling you just had of like hitting a wall. That's how we feel when you say you're pro-choice. Like that. How can filling that little wall you just hit? It's so easy to get over it. On the other side, it's the right to life. You have to jump over that wall that's blocking you. You're gonna keep hitting that wall because there's nothing to sustain your argument on that side. There's nothing there.
I just
like what's happening here, Secret, is forcing you to the logical conclusion of your position. And unfortunately,
everyone was like, "What? Fucking wall is he talking about?" Everything can't be gold.
Are you prepared to do that?
The purge to
oh my god.
Okay, so you're attempting to dehumanize the human inside the womb so that you can feel better about killing it. But again, the logical conclusion of your position forces you now to advocate for your own death. Are you doing that? Are you going to advocate for your own death?
I just feel like that's not a fair comparison to make.
It's a completely fair comparison, and I just illustrated it perfectly. Are you prepared to advocate for your own death?
Okay, in a world where my mother.
I didn't ask about your mom. I don't care about your mom. No, stop. I don't care about your mom. Are you prepared to advocate for your own death?
If I was in the womb, and it would come to me.
No, right now, this second. No.
Oh, right now.
This second. Are you prepared to advocate for your own death this second?
No.
No. Okay, so then, do you believe in the human right to life?
In a society, we just
stop dancing. Stop dancing. Stop dancing. This is ridiculous. The circus show. Everybody in here can see the bullshit you're pulling, trying to not answer questions, trying to dance around the edges of your position so that you don't have to admit to things. But when in reality, I'm pushing you, I'm forcing you to admit, hey, you either need to believe in the human right to life, or you get to be, or you can be pro-choice, but you can't be both. And if you don't believe in the human right to life, you have to advocate for your own death. You have to not object to me killing you. That's an advocation for your own death.
Then I'm advocating for my own fucking death.
Okay, and you do realize. And I don't advocate that you do this, but being that you're prepared to advocate for your own death, you know you could just kill yourself now, right? You know you could do that? Okay, why haven't you? Why haven't you done that? And again, I don't advocate that you do, I just want to know, why haven't you?
Because I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to die? Why not?
Do you value life?
No, because I have a life.
So you value life?
I value everything I have in this world.
No, say it. You value your life, and that's why your beliefs are rooted in selfishness and narcissism. You value your life.
You value your life, but not the innocent.
But giving your morality, if I didn't value your life, then you would have no problem with me killing you.
Okay, I do not value the life of an unborn child.
Okay, and what is the you're saying you do value it at the moment of death?
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Zen Shapiro's brother.
I mean, it's going back to what is the significance
Dan
of birth?
Shapiro.
How do you place value at birth?
I'm Rajiin, so I'm Ren Shapiro.
No, you haven't. You said nothing. Say something new. What happens at birth that is so significant that you now value human life?
Because they are now interacting with this world.
They're already interacting with this world at the moment of conception.
They're interacting with the mother's womb.
Which is
Do you understand how many processes are happening on a quantum level during conception? How many small processes are actually happening? The interaction is instantaneous.
Yeah, but the world they're being into.
The life of that conception, from conception to the first week, there's so many things happening, and you can measure this. And each one of these things fits the 7 criteria of life. And you yourself have admitted, that conception is life. So when you stop a life, it's murder. So you have admitted to murder being selfish, narcissistic, and you're gonna stand on that because you won't concede to logic.
Okay. What is the argument? You are trying to say that.
Oh my god.
Like, you're a piece of fucking shit, and you're pissing me off.
Okay.
Like, I didn't want to be. I'm trying to bite my tongue here. I'm trying to bite my tongue, but you're just pissing me off.
Like, in terms of God's word and his teaching,
Zen Shapiro strikes.
Bear with me for a second. So, even though it obviously is written law,
oh my god, I feel so. Secret sauce. I'm going to send you my YouTube link. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Secret Sauce. I didn't mean nothing I said. I was just trolling.
Don't you think
I apologize so fucking much.
In a situation that Secret's talking about, which would be, I guess, a rape situation, which personally I don't believe that abortion would be allowed, but
my
for
drink,
their sake, I'm saying, don't you think God would forgive that sort of situation, knowing the circumstances like Secret is talking about?
Oh my god.
Pure curiosity. That's all it's about, right? Forgiveness.
Pretending to be Zen Shapiro is fucking hilarious.
You're talking falling. Yeah,
I feel like Secret's gonna look back at this like.
You said my name,
and then
so it's confused.
maybe change his mind one day. Like,
no, I'm asking all of your opinions on that. Really, I mean, you know, if both Islam and Christianity.
I mean, look how easy it is to just like ask him a straight up question. Secret Sauce, are you a man or a female?
I'm a man.
Are you a trans man?
I'm not.
Because I've asked that several times and I haven't gotten an answer. That was pretty straightforward. I apologize.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
I mean, I guess I know 12-year-olds that are pro-life. Like, I know 12-year-olds that are significantly more grounded in their worldview. So I understand you're young, and I was dumb, dude. I didn't become pro-life till I was like 22, 23 years old. But it's still like
how old are you now?
I just turned 26, like a week ago. But it's like
he said he turned pro-life, pro-choice 6 months ago.
It wasn't because I was young.
I gotta go back
just
on
because I had never heard it. Nobody had ever challenged me like I'm challenging you right now, Secret. Nobody had ever come to me.
He's doing this.
Yeah, but I when somebody challenged me, like when I first heard of it, I was like, okay, I never thought of it this way. I never once considered this. The second it was presented in front of me, I was like, I agree. I can't refute that. I cannot refute that. When I'm left at a loss for words, like you have been endlessly in this conversation.
And let me say this again.
Where I've asked you questions, where everybody's.
I don't believe in abortion.
And you just have.
But I don't believe in the indoctrination
and then you just start
and antagonizing of people's beliefs.
When that was happening to me, I'm like,
you don't get them to learn this way.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. I have no.
No matter what we do or what we say, we're not going to convert Secret Sauce. This is not how you do it. What you have to do is let them experience
Do you even know what absolute truth means, Secret?
You have to let them experience the weight of their morality and their actions and their frame of mind in the real world and through experience. And then the conversation can be brought about. But this is a 14-year-old child that knows nothing. They haven't even been in a relationship where an abortion might even be
absolute supreme
discussed.
Force of our universe.
You know, so it's just like, how can you ask some of these questions? I'm offended that now that I know Secret Sauce is 14, I'm offended for him that we are even. I'm a little drunk. How I say it? I'm upset that he's even allowed to be in a room like this and to get attacked like this. You know what I mean? It shows character that he can actually hold his own against a whole room of people who don't believe what he believes in. So you take a person with that kind of character at 14 and give him the ability to reason his opinions out and to actually have a discourse, and he could You can explain some shit.
But
this is
now
just
it's like
this is barbaric.
My entire worldview. The entire worldview necessarily stems from.
This kid's 14. He was 20. Zen Shapiro was 23 when he was enlightened.
I'm pretty sure
he was 26. 6 months ago, he was 25, 26 when he became a Christian.
Way,
so how can you demonize this child? Like, how can you? It's a fucking child, man.
That stems from God, or you don't.
I just want to punch him in his fucking mouth.
Politics.
And
Zen,
Mr. Zen,
human rights,
when you fucking hear this, look how easily you're manipulated.
It doesn't mean any.
Look how easy it is to get on your good side. Look how easy it is to steer you in the directions I want you to. I've been doing it for 2 hours. I've been literally steering
Republicans
you.
Aren't even pro-life.
Got my hands on your fucking head like Ratatouille. Just cooking up anything I want you to say. It's so easy, man. You're a fucking puppet. You're a man child.
Sure, but it's all virtue.
And your wife.
It's a bunch of,
oh my god, bro! The fact that you've indoctrinated another human being into fucking marrying you with these beliefs, she has to be equally or more intolerable as you. Like, I'm disgusted that two people like you can actually find each other in the billion people soup that is Earth.
Maniacs that off of fucking dead babies. It's weird.
It's fucking nasty.
And you are a fucking you're doing their bidding for them. You're just walking in lockstep with these people that are feasting on dead babies, and you're doing their bidding. You're on the ground like doing the bidding of fucking demons that are trying to kill babies, and you're over here trying to disguise it for them under the guise of women's rights, under the guise of bodily autonomy. It sounds like that's the big one you like to go with. You're hiding it under the guise of it's not a human. Oh, I don't believe in the human right to life. Oh, this is all made up. There are certain scenarios, but you don't care about those scenarios. You're just doing the bidding of fucking demon, psychopathic, like, I don't even want to call them people. Like, they're fucking insane, and you support them. You have no problem with that. I don't know. It's very strange.
I've said that in a majority of cases. I don't think abortion is right.
So you're pro-life?
No, this is so redundant. This is beyond redundant. This is just becoming like.
Do you want me to try
I would love to get some new people in here so we could actually have like a discourse. Because at this point in time, I'm starting to feel like you're just a troll, and you're young, so I'm not even upset about it. I didn't know you were that young, so it's like whatever to me.
You mind if I try debating him or something?
Yeah, go ahead. But if it goes back to the same shit, then we're gonna call it.
So alright, so you said some situations like would change your mind on being
This is fucked up.
So,
I just want to get him out of here, man. I just want to get him out of here, get somebody new in here, get some crazy takes.
That.
I know, I wasn't paying attention.
This is crazy.
Oh, okay. Like in the situations of a rape or say, what was the other one that we were talking about? What the fuck was the other one? Attached whatever, we're talking about it. There was one
while you're thinking about that,
if they were extremely disabled or something like that.
Well, I can.
Yeah, I already redacted that statement though because.
You were talking about autism. I wasn't talking about that.
I redacted that too.
When it comes to rape, I can understand why people would want to get rid of it, because it's rape. Rape is a horrible thing. Absolutely, 100%. But that doesn't mean that the innocent life has to die because of it.
Watch yourself,
you don't have to keep the baby. Nobody's forcing you to keep the child. We just don't want the child to die, because it should have a chance in this world to become a good person, or a better person than its father was. So there are either two things you could do, in my opinion. You could either raise the child yourself.
Bro?
One second. You could either raise the child yourself, become better than its father, and become something great in life, more than the father ever was, because the father, in my opinion, is a scumbag and should be thrown in jail. Or you could just put him up for adoption and give him to a family, or have a woman adopt him. They can't have children, because you don't understand how valuable children are to some people. Some people have died wanting to have children. Like, some people would just like
they choose. I'd rather die than have. I'd rather
yeah,
die
like
than my
they
child
would.
Die in the womb.
Yeah, like they love children so much, and some people can't have their own children. So I feel like putting it up for adoption would be a much better solution
Yeah,
than killing.
I feel like I'm neutral in the rape situation because I can see why the mother would want to get an abortion.
No, there is no neutrality here. Neutrality is not an option.
Situation.
No.
I feel like I can understand why the mother.
He said no.
Why the mother would like to murder the child?
But like,
you understand?
I get
he
that,
just
like,
gave he just gave such an extensive dissertation on it. How can you respond to that and be like, "Oh, I can see why you would still want to do it"? He gave no reason for you to respond that way. You are just trolling. You are just trolling. This is fake. You're trolling.
I have one question though. So if we're taught under God to just to that He forgives mistakes or sins that we make, like if there were to be a situation that Secret is talking about, and I was saying this before but nobody responded to me, if there was like a rape situation or the woman was going to die during the abortion, like why would that just be, oh damn dude, you're going to hell, but oh wait, no, God forgives everything, He still loves you, He still knows that you're all perfect.
I can't do this
so
no more, man.
I to an extent see what Secret's talking about,
This
but at the
is
same
the
time,
Secret
obviously
tapes
does go against written law.
Puppeting,
but then again, it
Zen
wouldn't forgive
Shapiro,
him. So,
picking his
do
brain.
you see what I'm trying to say?
Getting an underground sense of how he really talks in the LFG and Overwatch. Overwatch's greatest spy, greatest content creator.
Everything's forgiven.
Everything.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Yes.
How do you
Stay tuned for more.
I mean, that's up to the creator to decide.
How do you?